สำหรับผู้ชมที่ชมอยู่ตอนนี้นะครับอย่าลืมกดไลค์กด Subscribe Channel ให้ด้วยนะครับและติดตามการสตรีมของผมได้ที่ sooflight.com ครับลิงก์อยู่ด้านล่างครับ
Thinking about it in the back of their minds and they do great task for that utility but Runner needs to put his best foot forward
ไม่เป็นไรพี่ชายตายพี่ชายไม่มีอะไรเลยครับเมื่อกี้ตัวเปื่อยๆเลยฮะออกไปคนแรกอีกแล้วครับพี่เดินให้น้องสเต็ปเดิมล้มเน็ตเบรกไว้ก่อนเหมือนจะเข้าบีอะเหมือนจะแย่บีจิตมาหลังฝั่งตรงข้ามรู้อุ้ยมันมากระทืบจิตมันมากระทืบจิตรู้ตัวนะจิตหงุดเงี้ยวหงุดหงิดวิ่งครับไปแล้วแฟตเบรกโอ้ยควัน
Trex has been isolated, calling for the retreat as well, and regroup back up to just 20 seconds left. This is going into the stack of the Talon players. I feel like there's danger online here, but with Primi dropped, it's all navigated. Safe pair of hands. Runner himself leading the charge for the rest of his team with that three-piece.
Oh,
individual moments, Jip Boys. Classic game is looking sharp today, but
โอ้ winnable นะ winnable เจ็บ2เลือดเต็มบ้านทำได้นะโอ้แม่งกำลังจะเช็คอยู่แล้ว
So pistol round keeping it going here. Vitality, the statistics lead in the charts with it.
And I think you can see in that pistol why they've been so successful. They approach these rounds extremely seriously. They're trying to work out every piece of that defensive utility before they go into the site exit. Was it slightly worrying because they had little time left on the clock? Yes. But if you're comfortable in that position, it's still going to be very successful for Vitality.
โอ้ยเฮียนี่โหดนี่ว่า
Raw individualism. Not able to find the value there for Talon. And Vitality picking up big weaponry, Vandal, Phantom, looking to bring that into their bonus round. Another reason why Vitality have gone off to such incredible beginnings in their halves. Over a third of the halves, they start up 4-0 just by winning that pistol follow-up, bonus follow-up.
It's a big deal.
โอ้ไอ้บีท
Not just for the economy, obviously. I mean, it's good to have.
ทิปหายและผิดบอมโอ้สวยเลยครับ
I think the Sender's calling is very strong on this map.
รู้ได้ไงวะ
Talon, while this map has been good for them since adding Primi, and Primi on the Clove will give you big moments. You just have to wait and watch. He's much better, in my opinion, in that second in position rather than the entry, where he can trade out his teammates so consistently. น่าจะเป็นอีกราวหนึ่งที่เราน่าจะเสียไปครับ Talon are going to feel
เพราะว่า
comfortable
อยู่
here,
ปิด
but
บอม
Sender's calling on the attack side is going to look to pick up the
ปืนพก
pieces.
เสียมันก็ประมาณนี้แหละ
Nice and early plan here for Valorant. Shouldn't be too much danger here for them. Stack of Talon did not pay off.
เดี๋ยวเจอไมเคิลฟิลนักว่ายน้ำบอก
It's odd for both teams. I mean, they're not playing meta stuff. These are the usual compositions that they will play on these maps.
ไอ้เชี่ยพูดถึงเรื่องไมเคิลฟิลพูดถึงอะไรแบบนี้
Play out differently.
แม่งเข้าไปดูช่องในอาร์มปกติพี่ไม่ค่อยได้ดูนะแบบเมื่อคืนนอนดึกนอนไม่ค่อยหลับเราเปิดช่องในอาร์มดูเหมือนแบบมันเปิดความรู้เพิ่มอะความรู้รอบตัวเพิ่มอะดีมากในอาร์มฉลาดมากเก่งมาก
We have actually seen quite a few teams lean into this double initiator look on offense. Where it's supposed to succeed on the defense side is by playing a lot of these heavy retakes. Use plant denial and then retakes to be able to build a strong defense side. That's an area that Vitality have struggled with. So when the sides swap, then it's anybody's game.
Yeah.
แต่ดูไลฟ์ไม่ได้ดูได้แค่
The importance here in these early few rounds of Lotus is for Talon to make sure that Vitality do not snowball out. This is a big round for Talon to try to win so that they can avoid that economic collapse.
มาโหไอทีมหยิบปืนนี้มาใช่จัดต้องงี้ดิย่ายิงคนไม่แม่นยิงกำแพงเอาละกันตายหนึ่งกูว่าแล้วแม่งเห็นผลอุ้ยพิมมี่เอาแม่งเลยงัดเลยมั่นใจ
Nice pickup from Cruz, positioning too. We see that from quite a few teams. But you're right, it doesn't normally end in a kill. Vandal, not wasted. Safe gets that one back. Very far away from a showstopper. Not even a single point gained for Safe there on that attack side. Building up towards that Rolling Thunder instead. Here you see
วางม่านไหมวางม่าน
He's got the one with the spike as well.
สวยแล้วโอเมนวาร์ปเข้ามาแล้วครับบ้านรู้หรือเปล่าบ้านไม่รู้ว่ะชิบหายแล้วไม่เล็งเลยอะแชทบ้านไม่ระวังตัวเลยอะแชทดูดิเฮ้ยบ้าน
space for now and takes the speed. I mean, that peak timing is beautiful. Ban had the TLN in his hands.
It's fantastic calling from Sender. That insert going
พี่มี่
pressure B.
พี่มี่ต้องซ่อมนะ
Take another fight.
Oh, it's Primmy. He's so alone taking that one, and spam through the smoke will do most of the job.
เจ็ดแม่
Ending the round basically before it even begins.
And this is what I'm talking about. The vitality bonuses. They are just so good. You see that could be set, could have been called on the fly. Either way, a bit of sea pressure, break the barrier mesh as soon as it's placed, and get Sender
โดน
deep.
ลาวโบนัสด้วยฮะ
Talon don't really have that protocol to re-clear through water.
That's a really nice idea.
Yeah, and he's just there perfectly. There was
ถาม
not
ว่าได้
much
ยินไหมเรา
the
แม่ง
ban
ไม่มีทาง
can
รู้
do
ว่าดิ
to
ว่ามัน
think
ตรง
about
นั้น
that.
Yeah.
Unless he's got
มัน
teammates
ยืนอยู่ไหน
teammates
ตรง
with
นี้
him
เหร
that
อ
are willing to flush that out.
มันยืนอยู่
Both
นี่
teams should start to get
ที่แถวนี้
ideas about this kind of
โอเวน
stuff.
วาร์
Maybe
ป
it'll force Talon to sit back a little more on the seaside. Either that or push super out.
จังหวะเสียงปืนมันยิงไอ้กำแพงด้วยมั้ง
About people infiltrating him.
ถ้าได้ยินมันก็มองแล้วแหละ
Next, if you are
เอ
Talon.
อ
What is the danger? Safe.
โอ้โห
Brooks one of them away.
แล้ว
So
เสียปืนด้วยครับ
the Odin saved. That was a 4v5 as well. Lest we forget. That was with
โอ้โหแล้วปืน
Runner
แม่ง
dying
เหี้ย
at
ด้วย
the
นะ
start to Odin's
แม่ง
bounce.
ได้เฉย
Straight
ไอ้
off
สั
the
ตว์
rip. No value gain from his death. Just a straight up
โอ้โห
4v5. This is the kind of stuff that people were expecting to see from Vitality
ไวทัน
coming
ตี้
into the tournament.
Get right out the gate.
Exactly. If they can sustain this, then they will start to flip people's perspective of how the team's performing. Because it was a big shock to a lot of people that they ended up going down to Trace early.
And of
ไม่
course,
ค่อย
you
ส
know,
บาย
I mean, they were peaking at the right times in EMEA regionally, making it all the way to the finals.
The role change too,
Yeah.
right? They had to recover their season. A lot of people thinking that
แต่
Vitality
แต่
would
กู
be a
ว่า
great
ไอ้
team,
ตัวไอ้บ้านมัน
really
เล่น
good
ยาก
rookie
เลย
signings.
ไม่ค่อยมีคน
Didn't
ใช้
do much for the first
เสียง
half of
เก
the
มเบา
year,
จังวะ
and they recovered
แท
that
บ
by
จะไม่ได้
putting
ยินเสียง
Safe
เกม
back
เลย
onto duelist, swapping up a few of their roles,
ขออนุญาต
making a
เพิ่มเสียง
coaching
นะ
change. And for them to go out in groups
จัด
today
แม่
would be devastating for these guys.
The
ฝาก
expectations
บอก
are
ป
much
อนหน่อย
higher.
ครับ ให้ไปทำงานบ้าง วันเล่นแต่เกม
Quite
Right,
high
Paul.
as we were talking about, you know, that willpower and nerves coming
โอ้
into
ไม่ถูก
effect.
บอมอีกเออ
Frost has very high expectations. He felt like that he should have won that
ดีครับสวัสดีทุกคนนะ
match against Leviathan initially.
And I don't think it's completely unreasonable. There was certainly, you know, 80% of the game where
อุ้ยไม่เช็คไม่เช็ค
Talon were playing very
ไม่
close
เช็ค
to left.
Cruise on clear.
แม่งไม่เข้า
Good. Okay, still
โอ้
peeks
โห
out into the
ไอ้
opener.
เหี้ย
This
แม่งไม่
Odin's
เข้า
really far away. You're watching the way that Governor's
Oh,
playing. He
man.
doesn't want to lose the Odin. He's playing it in
แม่ง
quite
เล่น
a
ละเอียด
safe,
ดีว่ะ
passive spot. That PC connector.
เฮ้ยพี่จะเน้นไปไหนเนี่ย
He may get a chance to have some damage as Vitality NB.
โอ้
Incredibly cautious by them. I mean, only again at the 20-second
ไม่
mark.
ได้
to
กิน
make
เลย
sure
อ่ะจังหวะห
they
มูหมู
use
อ่ะ
full usage of the
จังหวะ
time.
หมูหกเราไม่ได้เล่นเลย
They
อ่ะ
have sniffed out the successful A stack, so get the plant down
Okay,
safely
okay.
over towards B as
Ooh.
well. They can string together a couple of more of these kills. Would be ideal for them. Ban's still alive and kicking.
เฮ้ยเซฟครบเซฟเอาไปให้ทีมดีกว่าปืนนั้นอ่ะ
They've got most areas locked down.
ครบเซฟเว้ยเฮ้ย
Sender very aware, of course. The one-way propped up in front of him.
ดูมันยิงทะลุโอ้ดูมีตา
There should be a very standard challenge just to clean up these last players.
I'm not sure the
เอ
Governor's even
อ
going to want to
โย
go
นขนมปัง
down
ใส่
here.
กันครับแล้วเหลือ
Saving
โก
the Odin would be the priority, but he's got no
Oh,
chance.
No chance.
The breach util comes flooding into that connector. And
นี่
so
ก็
far, it's Sender's calling that's
พ
pushing
ยายาม
him
กิน
over the
ยาอยู่
line.
เรื่อย
Vitality are playing like a very disciplined, well-oiled machine.
ๆเสียงเกมเบา
With
ป่ะ
an
ไม่
incredibly
เรา
early
ใจ
tactic.
กู
I
เลย
was
ว่ะ
about to wonder.
จริงเสียงปืนโอดินต้องดังกว่านี้นะ
Because, yeah, I think the calling is just being
Hey, what?
it's stellar, despite the fact that Vitality be coming into
Yeah.
this round, losing a player with the first
Khop
step on
kun
their
khap.
side. They've still managed to navigate their way
Khop kun
through
Yeah,
almost
we
all
had
these
it, man.
scenarios.
Talon need to be disruptive.
พิธาเล่นดีเลย
You're losing the straight up
แต่ตอนนี้
game if you just sit back and play
เรียบร้อย
passively.
Talon เราแสดงอาการแล้วครับ
You're
แสดง
clearly
อาการแล้ว
getting outcalled on the match on these first
แสดงอาการเร็วด้วย
So
แล้ว
I'd
เปรียบ
like
เป็
to
น
see
มวยก็คือมึน
Talon
แล้วครับ
try
ตอน
to
นี้
challenge a little more. Look to go for some of these
ต้องพอแล้วฮะ 0-4ทารอนสตาร์ทมาไม่ดีเลยเย้
Yes, it didn't work on the pistol. You died to runner, but that can't dissuade you from going from it entirely. Maybe take a big fight over towards C Mound. If they pressure you, all right. Figure out what happens when you take the fight to Vitality. You already know what happens when you just sit back passively. You lose it. Got to change something up.
Get stuck in, get a bit active. Just to switch things up a little bit here.
get players online.
ช่วย
Trimi and
ด้
Governor yet to
วย
find a
ช่
kill.
วยด้วยช่วยด้วย
It's an elimination
ไม่
game.
ว่ายโดนมันยิงเป็นคีย์เลย
Talon leadership of Frost and Cruz, who are the ones that are going to be having that input there during the attack timeout, they do hold their team to a standard.
มันไม่ใช่แบบ
And they said
แบบโดนยิงเวอร์อะตอนเนี้ย
that they fail to
how
meet
deep,
it fairly
wow.
often, which is
แล้วเราก็ไม่ละเอียด
harsh.
It is harsh, yeah.
ราวที่ 3 เราไม่ละเอียดราว 1เราแพ้ปืนพกราว 2มันเป็นราว
ซ้าย
ที่ต้อง
มี
เสีย
ว่าว
ราว
ขวา
4
แนนซี่หลัง
เราก็จน
มีเส้นเพชรบุรี
Both these
แจ่ม
teams
จ
gearing up
ริ
like
ง
they want to try
ๆ
and crash over the fault line.
ยังไม่ได้สู้แบบเต็มๆเลยครับ
Quite a lot with the TP across.
Oh!
So that is beautiful timing. Laid out one
หน่วงเน็ตนิดนึง
after
หน่วง
another
เน็ต
by
นิดนึง
Talon with the season and aid to big
มาครับ
open
มา
with
1 ครับ
Sender now gone and a re-exploration out towards C Mound.
ก็มาดูเลย
Hold up,
ยูทูบเลย
Talon.
ทวิต
Primi and Ban side by side going to be catching runner unaware shoulder
ส
to
วย
the
ครับ
side
บ้าน
still.
สวย
Oh, adjusting in time,
นี่ไง
but this is a
หมอบอกเล่น
massive
พาสซีฟ
advantage
ไปหน่อย
now for Talon.
เดินแล้วครับ ขยับมาแล้วครับ
Letting it slip. Vitality already making
อุ้ย
calls
กบระวังตัวหน่อยกบ
creeping and crawling up through and around
Gop,
here.
อันติไหม
Governor
อัน
spotting
ติไหม
his satchel
อันติ
is
ไหม
nice on either side, pushing them
อ้าว
back. Already with Cruz falling, Jit Boys forced to retreat
ไอ
in
เกี
through
ย
the back
ไอ
of the
ระ
side. He
ยำ
needs
มา
some
ดู
help
พี่
and
บู
support.
มแต่
Governor
ไม่จ่าย
up and over
ค่า
the
เหล้า
shoulder from
ผิด
that high
เนี่ย
ground.
นะ
Treks with a beautiful
hey.
shot. Lands it, nails
ใจเย็น
it,
ใจเย็น
wants even more, but
Ui,
shows
ui, ui, ui.
earned.
สวยครับ
Will
ตัว
get
เดียว
a
ตัวเดียว
kill.
ตัวเดียวถอยก่อนถอยก่อน
Treks in the process kicks that last
ก่
one
อน
left. Off with these easy
โอ้
1v1s.
มึงให้เขาวางก็ได้
Plant
แล้วก็
whatever
ลุม
you want online.
3-1 อ่ะ โอเค ไม่เป็นไรครับ 2-1 ยังได้ครับ
another spot where Ban and Primi probably need to be getting a little active, pushing forwards, catching kicks as he
Wang.
goes for the plan.
เดิน
It's not committing
เดิ
to
น
it. You've seen
เดิ
those
น
signs of life
ไว้
already right
ไล่
from
ติดกัน
behind. There's
ส
the
วย
backstab.
แค่นั้นเองครับ
Don't want to
แค่
let
นั้น
that
เอง
one slip. The beginning of that round, and they get off to such a good start with those 2 opening kills.
That's a very solid tag timeout and good
ถอยไงอะ
adjustment
บูม
at
ตรง
the
นั้น
back of
ถอย
it. It's
ก็
exactly
มัน
what
ก็
we're
มัน
talking
ไม่ทัน
about.
มันก็พีคอะไร
Instead of
แหละ
sitting passively on the sites, go out, get that information.
รู้อีก
อะไรวะ
Seasonade,
แม่งรู้อีก
well
ถอย
timed
ไม่ทัน
together to be able to punish Sender off the rip, but then the double push coming out through C, catching onto Runner, opening up the map massively and forcing Vitality's hand. They had to go for the react into A because they had no info left. As soon as you take the cipher down.
แต่กูอยากให้มันถอยมีคุยอะไรไหมล่ะ
Players
แค่นั้น
to
แหละ
get off the blocks. It's
ไอ้
Governor,
เหี้ย
who had 0 kills, goes up to 3 in that round.
ปล่อยไงก็ทัน
Big part of why his team was
ทันไม่ทันไม่รู้แหละ แต่กูอยากให้มันถอย เหมือนมึงเชียร์บอลกูอยากให้มันยิงอ่ะ
Probably going to see more of that.
แล้วมันจะยิงยังไงข้างหน้ามันติดบล็อกอ่ะ
Worked out massively in their favor. It was a really good.
มันก็แค่นั้นแหละครับ
You see Sender
เหมือนเชียร์มวยให้มันต่อยให้มันเตะอะ
There is some luck involved. Saves
Straight
in.
through the B side.
ไอ้ยี่ทำทรงความรู้อีกทำทรงรู้เยอะอีก
Hold it against Nade, barrel down to the feet. Safe is in so much danger here. And a bullet spraying away. Governor is fully aware of the positioning here, but an ult earned up. That's from the prior round, so kicks his hold on as well.
โอ้ซวยละ
Sender
แม่งซวยละ
walkabouts
โอ้
all the way around.
โอ้
Talon
และ
unaware of this. It's the danger when you're running
เสีย
that
หนึ่งพอนะ
deadlock.
เสียหนึ่ง
You
พอ
don't have
Yes,
a
you
passive
do.
back
สวย
control ban. Unlike
หนึ่ง
the
พอหนึ่งพอ
contenders, still wants a
โอ้โห
tango.
สองแล้ววะ
Paranoia is good. Excellent
Oh,
impact.
yeah.
โอ้
The kills are being primed up
วาร์ปเป็น
for
วา
the
ร์ป
taking. TP for the reposition now.
Ui.
Rolling Thunder pushing them back in a way to
Ui.
defuse. Will not be able
Ui.
to be stuck.
Ui.
Look at
เพราะ
this.
มันรู้ว่ามันโดนอันติ
Sender's
ไอ้เหี้ย
working
นั่นเว้ย
magic. Miracles
อันติ
across
ไอ้
the map, making it so damn uncertain.
ไอ้เฟดอะ
Still
โอ้โห
down now.
อุ๊ยแล้วเหลือคนเดียวเฉยเลยเอ้างง
It's kicks time running
คนเดียว
so damn short. It's got to be on.
อ้าว
But already the round is won. Luckily for him,
And that's
Governor
a,
cannot play towards it.
that's a 3v5 recovery from Vitality. Another situation where the Talon leadership will be kicking themselves. Losing their minds at what happened there.
ขอบคุณ100 บาทครับผม
Safe goes down early on, but they secure the B site, and this play from Sender's marvelous. Talon, you can see, are not as aware of some of the other teams about
มัน
the
เดินได้เพราะ
shortfalls of the
ตัวเราเว้ย
deadlock. Love this sync in the
ตัวเรา
open
แม่ง
with the fade ult, so there's no noise cues.
ตัวเราแม่งกากไอ้เช่น
Beautiful stuff.
ชื่ออะไรวะไอ้
เราเหรอ
แม่ง
Sender
ไม่ค่อย
again,
เก่ง
the playmaker,
เนี่ยเห็นไหม
the one that's
ข้อเสียเดนล็อก
understanding the
ต่อให้
flaws
มึง
of
วาง
how
แท็บไว้
Talon
กู
are
ว่า
playing their
คลิป
defense
มา
side.
Let's get to the point now on Vitality.
โอ้พิมมี่
So damn in control of
me.
the rest of this game. This opening map, it needs to go Talon's way. Sunset for Vitality, in my opinion, one of their best maps, if not the best map for them.
And kind of low down in Talon's map pool.
Yeah.
So the choices for Talon today to ban were Icebox or Sunset. They went for Icebox. So if Talon are able to win
เราขึ้น
here and
ชื่อ
win on
เรื่อง
mine,
ของ
it's a
แปลกอยู่
very
แล้วครับ
winnable series for them. It
ไม่เป็นไร
really is. But at the moment,
เราเชื่อ
underperforming
มือ
their
ฟอสเว้ย
expectations, their standard.
มันต้องมีทีเด็ดบ้างแหละ ดูดิ
repeat
มึงไม่ต้องเล่นก็ได้มั้งเดดล็อกอะ
still plucks Sender out of that
เอา
picture
ตัวอะไรมาก็ได้แม่งพีอย่างเดียวเลยสัตว์
like that when the weaponry is low going for the
อุ้ย
stack over to
เฮ้ย
VIT
เฮ้ยแล้วโรเทตอะไรขนาดนั้นน่ะ
Spot didn't see anybody else, and yet the rotate still comes through to 5 stack
อ๋อ
on
เรา
C,
โจร
leaving
อ๋อ
all
เรา
the
โจ
rest
ร
of the
ครับ
map open. I think
Okay,
that's a
have-
mistake. But
อ้าวอะไรโลก
hydraulics of the map
เอ้ยไอ้นี่โลก
so far. I'm not just talking about the scoreboard.
ไอ้นี่
there
โลก
again.
เว้ย ไอ้นี่โลกเว้ย
Safety getting called out.
เออ
Not
เออ
what I
ดี
expected
ดี
at all.
ตัวแบนเลย
flustered opportunities
ไปเอาปืนส
here.
ว
Trex is hearing
ย
all sorts of footsteps. What is going on?
ได้ปืน
The
กันแล้ว
back
ครับ
play here. The fast flank of Talon is
Ah.
committed with
ดู
all
ทารอน
five.
เล่นอะไรไม่รู้เนี่ย
เฮ้ยเฮ้ยเฮ้ย
ไอ้ยาฝั่งแม่งก็เดินหาแล้วมั่วเลยอะ
Flat down on the site.
โคตรเคออสอะตาเนี้ย
Both teams here will be wondering what the hell the other is doing.
Yeah, there's so much unknown. But the Nightfall committed as well. You've got to be aware.
ในบอมไม่เจอใครเลยครับ
But it's fully avoided out wide.
Alan's like, okay, there's
เฮ้ย
nobody
เข้าบอม
on
เลย
B.
เข้าบอมไปเลย
Planet B, there's
เข้า
no
บอม
one
กู
here.
เลย ปล่อยบุมบอลดิปล่อยบุมบอลดิ
Close. What have they got?
By Boom Bar here.
Sees flying but dodged after shock and one of their own as well. That util combo is nasty. No kill annihilation. Now popped off Talon. Going for the stick.
Whoa.
Covering through these smokes as well. A bit of spam will save the. And they're all lining up for it. My goodness. Damage done. Talon have got to bring this back from the brink, but they
ไอ้
cannot
เหี้ย
do
แพ้ได้
it.
ไงวะไอ้
The
สัส
weaponry too strong. Vitality
Yeah, but
once
yeah,
more.
เฮ้ยแล้วเตะบ้านไปไหนวะ
I mean, dude.
โอ้
They
โห
are
เนี่ย
doing so much
หั
here.
วไม่แตก
Yeah,
ตัวแรก
I
ไม่
think
ถอย
the adjustment to try to fight more in the early round is actually working for
Oh,
Talon.
and
It's
the
another
Abandon
round,
era.
I think, where they got up 5v3 again, didn't they?
Yeah, I mean, that was a big
มัน
hit.
ยิงเด้งไปซ้ายเลย
นี่ไงนี่ไงนี่ไง
They picked off safe.
โอ้
Yeah, it was a 5v3 again.
โอ้
And yeah, the
ย
weaponry's not that great. And the plant position is awkward to deal with.
เนี่ยเฮียเทคไก่เฮียน่ะ
Decision making is
Yeah.
leaving me scratching my head.
It's real strange. Again, another at least clash over towards the A rubber angle. Last time Vitality
team,
were not
sủi,
favored in
sủi,
this.
team,
Willing to
sủi.
concede it very early on. Can't get that space. Pivot by Trex potential there. He's just trying to catch
เนี่ย
some
เพิ่งวัดกับมันนะเฮีย
players.
เนี่ย
Pre-aim with the
That-
bullets.
Trying to make as much noise on B as possible, make
My
himself feel big
ดีเทคอะ
as Vitality flood into C instead.
เหี้ย
Talon
ของ
have
บูท
not
แพนแม่งเยอะ
known
จัด
where Vitality are trying to plant at any
โอเมน
point
มันยังไม่
in
เสีย
this
แฟตเลยครับ โอ้
Gonna be playing for that retake
เต็ม
this time in
แม่
here
แต่
with
มันก็
Flash
เดิน
and
ครับ
Peak, but
เพื่อนไม่โดน
playing together in the moment.
แล้วพิมมี่มาเด็
Going for that plan.
มาเด็
Spam down
นี่ไง
straight to the
เชี่ย
wall
เม็ด
for
เดียว
A.
แตก
Off
ไอ้สัตว์
angle is nice. Still being hunted down.
โอ้โหแม่งโดนบอก
Down
เย้
center. That was a messy one. Still granted that kill. They need a few more where that came from.
Alright,
Still sitting with that.
ค่อยๆค่อยๆหลังมาหลังกำลังมารอแป๊บหลังกำลังมาหลังกำลังมา
แม่งดู
โอ้
โอ้
ไอ้เหี้ยมันอะไรขนาดนั้นวะน่ะ
ไอ้เฮียเนี่ยแม่ง
Before
ของ
a
จริง
moment's notice, cruise and ban.
เฮ้ย
A lot to do in this spot. Time ticking away. You can
Ooh.
hear it. The spike is
Come on
going to
now.
become a problem. And the call is made already. They're just backing away. Got to save some of these guns.
ไอ้เชี่ยแม่งพีคมาแบบเม็ดแรกเลยอ่ะ
Brutal beginning for Talon, as we've already
อัน
mentioned.
นี้ด้วยอ่ะเฮีย
The map
เหี้ยโคตร
will
แรงอ่ะ
zoom out.
เมื่อกี้
Sunset
โคตรแรงอ่ะ
is not one what they're favored on. If they go down early into this series,
โอ้โหเทเลตี้ไอ้เหี้ย
where do they win?
I mean, and this is
Hey,
tragic,
Tom,
the way
man.
that it's slipping away from
มันกลับ
Talon.
มาแล้วว่ะ
It's
ไม่หลอก
another
เด็ก
5v3
แน่นอนหรอ
round.
ไอ้เหี้ยสายบนแม่งมั่วเองเว้ยไอ้ตอนสายบน
That's
อ่ะ
3 in a row.
The player advantage
ตอนนี้แม่ง
cannot be
แม่ง
dropped
ดู
away.
โหดจัดเลยว่ะ
Especially when Safe is
Meng
not
hột
winning his
jing ạ.
duels. He's at the bottom of the scoreboard 2 and 4.
ไฟพาวเวอร์แม่ง
He's
สุด
down
จัดอะ
getting the plant down.
Oh.
Safe dies
Oh.
taking a duel that's
Yeah.
pretty feasible.
แม่งวางเป้าไม่โดนด้วยนะ แต่ลากไปถึงแบบเนียนๆตาเลยครับ
And you follow the 5v3 retake.
โอ้
ตึง
เฮีย
ตึงจริงแม่งตึงจริง
Doesn't matter what kind of macro ideas you've got if you're
กูว่าเลเวทานโด
losing
นว่ะ
advantage
ตร
spots
งเนี้ย
like that.
Just fumbling it here. Bullets are flying forwards towards these Vitality players. Safe's almost
เพ
dropped.
ราะว่างั้นวะ
Another round where Safe's very weak and is going to struggle to get value.
Yeah.
Another
นี่เลย
two
เฮีย
slash
ซี
on
เอฟยังไม่ค่อยลั่น
Vitality.
นะ
Flustered from both of these teams, but now there's going to be a fight taken with the showstopper in the hands
Oh.
of Governor. No kills to be found. Any sort of
เนี่ยแม่ง
damage
เคา
as
น์เตอ
well,
ร์
but it
แม่
might be
งเคาน์เตอร์
supplemented
แผ
at
นกัน
least.
ดีจัด
Primmy.
เคาน์เตอร์ของ
The
เราอ่ะ
squad going to be alongside it. Full
ไม่เป็นไรครับ
stack
เราโดนมืด
of
แต่ก็ได้หนึ่งมา
players.
ได้คือได้เว้ยได้ก็เกิดจาก
Apparently
อันติ
they
ไอ้
need two sacrifices
ไอ้
in
โกบ
order
นั่นแหละ
for Vitality to win the
โอเมนมันต้อง
rounds.
วาร์ปหนีอะไรอย่างงี้
Blood for the blood god. They're going back over towards C here. This is where the barrier mesh was laid down early on. That is going to be expiring at some point, but Ban's trying to keep that time in the back of his head. Hear the shots now too. So he knows for probably the first time that Vitality are looking to end C.
They're in the fight here. Gravitas going to be held.
At the same time, they actually have opportunities to go back
ไม่มี
to
ตัววาร์ป
run.
ครับ
You know,
รอบ
they're
นี้
not full committed to C right now. Might be
relatively soon.
ล็อกขา
At their back.
ล็อกขา
Needs to be careful of overstepping himself. He's pulled out a lot
แม่ง
of
เรีย
that
กของ
util from the Talon
ไอ้เหี้ย
players.
เขาขาไปแล้ว
Look at the go B. Look at the spot that
Oh,
Runner's
you
got
need
himself
to,
into.
Okay.
It's difficult though for Safe to get in here, even with Showstopper. He's so weak.
There's a spam.
ไม่ต้องมีหนึ่งนะ
Oh, the
เอฟอะ
different
โอ้
strength is firing. This guy
Oh.
lying about Grimmy.
ดูยี่นี่ดิ
Potentially there, but he not
ไอ้
dead
เหี้ย
yet, but
แม่ง
doesn't
ยิง
offer
แต
to
กยิง
use
แตก
it
เลย
here.
อ่ะ
Sitting into the fight, the damage still done to these Vitality players.
คือแม่งคอนแทคเข้าแบบกูว่าแม่งไหวอ่ะแค่คอนแทคเข้าอ่ะมายิงแม่นเลย ตอนนี้มันยิงกันแม่นเอาโดนตีสวยละ
With the nightfall as well, catching.
โอ้
Cut away from
Do
Jit
you
Boys. One broken as well. A battle on
Oh.
multiple fronts. Trex is locking it down fully, entirely.
Yeah,
Attack from
firepower
Governor,
ว่ะ
but now
เอว่ะ
looking
เชี่ย
this
เรา
way,
ยิง
that
สู้
way,
ไม่ได้
one
เลยอะ
direction. Not enough eyes available for him to even know which way to play it around
โอ้ย
it.
ยิงสู้ไม่ได้เลยอ่ะ
ไอ้วะ
I'm just walking all over
ไอ้
them.
เฮียเทคอิสฮิมว่ะ
And I said that Vitality's
Easy,
defense
man.
was not amazing. Talon will look good on the attack side. It doesn't matter if you end up losing this half to this kind of degree.
เดี๋ยว
The
ซา
second
ลอน
half,
ก็ชนะ
it's not
ทีม
even really
ที่
gonna
มี
get played.
แม่งเก่งแต่กับกู
At
ไม่
this
เชื่อ
point,
ไปดูที่
Money's not good for next round
LR
as well for Talon.
เฮียแม่งโคตร
Spoiler
เด็ด
alert.
ทอยแล้วอ่ะ
Probably figured that one out
เด็ดท
yourself.
อยอ่ะ
They need somebody to go huge on
เดี๋ยว
this
ทารอนก็ช
eco
นะทีม
to
เฮีย
get
นี่
it
แม่ง
back
เก่ง
in.
แต่
They
กับกู
need
ไม่
an
เชื่อไปดู
8-4
เดียว
half
ว่า
here. I mean, could they
ไอ้
maybe
วู
do
ด
it
บ
with
อ
a
ก
9-3 and a
ชนะ
pistol?
อะไรเนี่ย
You're
8-1อ่ะเนี่ยไอ้
stretching at
เหี้ย
that point.
ดู
You
ไอ้
are
เทคนิค
really
14 ตาย
stretching.
3อ่ะ
And if they lose
เหี้ยแม่ง
this,
ไม่ให้กู
the
เชียร์เลยสัตว์คน
series
ไทย
is
ทั้งประเทศ
looking so
ครึ่งประเทศแล้วกัน
tough to win.
หงอหมดแล้วเนี่ย
Almost impossible. And that's champs on the line.
นี่
for
ถ้าเชียร์
Talon.
วิทย์นี่มันจัด
Team
อ่ะ
that
ตอน
did
เนี้ย
a great job of even
ดูมัน
getting
ยิง
here
ดิ
in the first place.
ปอกปากปอกปากปอกปาก
They want to use this opportunity.
Absolutely. You don't want to just let it drop and slip away. Another exit.
ดูดิไม่คอนแทคเข้าแบบชิวๆเลย เปิดงัดหมดอ่ะไอ้เหี้ยไหนใครแม่นแม่งเปิดงัดหมดอ่ะ ไหนใครแม่น
เอาแม่งดิพี่ Yeah, I mean,
เปิดประตูยิงหมดอ่ะตอนเนี้ย แม่เช็คหน่อยหนึ่ง
Opportunities
แต
to
ก
get onto the board of a couple of these eco kills. Door
อุ้ย
open.
บ้าน
ไหนแม่น
บ้านได้สอง
So
อู้
much.
ไหนใครแม่น
มาพิมมี่มาสวยเฮ้ย
มาดิมาดิ
Let's return that fire
มา
now.
ดิ
เทค
เหี้ย
วางเป้าไม่ค่อยดีป่าวะ
There are chances.
สอง FW
There are definitely
สองอดีต
chances here, but
FW
they can't deny the plant.
ปัจจุบันทารอน
Massive ultimates
และได้ปืนทั้งคู่ครับ
Vitality.
เอาละครับ
Ruby's got a couple
ยัง
of
ไงคุย
lives
กันนะ
available to him, but
คุยถนัดเลยฮะไทยคู่
massive advantage still in favor of
เฮ้ยเก่ง
Vitality.
กินอะไรยังวะน้องเช้านี้
Just so
มาคุยกันเฮ้ยจบนี่กินอะไรดีวะเฮีย
possibility that a player could have lurked behind them.
คุยกันดีจัดอ่ะ
Contacted most of the
Good
way
old
into
Gibson,
this
huh?
fight. Kicks is going to be taking that
มาแล้วฮะ
contact. Just the jiggle, the jump.
Ooh.
That's a punish.
ทำอะไร
Grimmy, what a peek. I might be trying to make this one
ทำอย่างนี้แหละดีแล้ว
workable. Playable.
เอา
Smoke
แล้ว
drop down from Jit Boys as well.
เฮ้ยจิต
Barely popped up and over. Safe.
เมียนติมันเมียนติ
To play with as well. Nade up and over two. Satchel through. Paranoia.
ชิบหายแล้วมันเมียนติ
Not quite avoided. Jit Boys though sticking this one. What is the play right now?
Ooh.
Might to be one. Ult bounded up against the
Ooh.
wall, but it's already
อู้
stuck.
ตัดสินใจช้าไปนิ
They
ดเดียวป่ะ
steal that one away.
ช้าไปนิดเดียวอู้
นิดเดียว
Can I even be happy
พิมมี่ยัง
with
ได้
this
อยู่ครับ
still?
แล้ว
I
พิมมี่ไม่
suppose
ตาย
so.
ด้วย
Listen, every single round is going to count
เหี้ย
at this point.
ได้
And
ว่ะ
that was the
พิม
round
มี่
where they
ว่ะ
had the weak
Yeah.
economy. So it
Yeah,
is
man,
still
that guy
possible
right
for them
for
to
the
get that
evening.
8-4 half up.
แล้วเรา
Safe was banking there on the fact
เราได้
that
อัน
Jit
ติ
Boys
เลส
was
มาด้วยครับ
just
คุ้ม
fake
ครับ
tapping on that
ถือว่า
first
คุ้ม
one,
เลยแล้วเรา
scared
อี
of
โค
the
ด้วย
ultimate.
ประเด็นเลย
Overthinking things maybe
โอ้บ้าน
slightly.
โอ้โหบ้านโหดสัต
Based
ว์
on what we've seen so far today, it's not like it's perfect Valorant. It's not like your opponents are going to be thinking about every single piece that's available to them, but yeah, Jit Boys was super happy to just stay
เหี้ย
on
บ้าน
that
โหดสัตว์
until the ult itself was popped. And we are straight back in here. Talon looking to crunch on Sand.
And it's a
คุณบอดสวยจัด
tempo
สวย
not a connection
มาหน่อย
on the
มาหน่อย
center.
เล่นหน่อยเพื่อนเล่นหน่อย
Somebody
เซตอัพมาลงแฟด
himself. Return to
โอ้ยบ้าน
the sender.
โอ้ยบ้าน
ทำไมเนี่ย
โอ้
Up and
โอ้
over here. Oh, Thunder will be
โอ้
sending them
everything
sky high.
อุ้ย
Trek
โอ้
to
จิต
follow
บอย
up as well. It's
อุ้ย
TP
ตัวเดียวตัวเดียว
behind Jit Boys. Only the one before the
โอ้
trade comes
เชียร์ออกหมัด
through.
เจ็ดแม่เจอออกหมัด
Damage done to Governor.
ออกอาวุธอะ
แม่งรีเลยว่ะ
Scrappy
ตรงนั้น
affair.
อะ
อะไรไม่รู้อะโอ้ยโอ้โหยิงนานจังอะ
But a spot now where even with the player advantage, Talon can't
ที่ผ่าน
cover
นะ
the
คือ
entire
ทัก
map.
ต้องไปอิ่มว่ะ
You can't really spread out 1-1-1. You're just going to give Vitality too many
แต่
ที
ที่
ม
ทักไข่
ขึ้นอยู่กับทีมเลย
Player.
And a peek by Runner, man. He has
Oh,
ripped Crew's head off.
อ๋อ
มันแม่นจังวะ
Reset.
These moments where they're just slowing it down into the mid round, contacting a lot, is throwing Talon for such a loop.
Yeah, I really love the attack macro.
อืม
วัดเอมอ่ะวัดเอมอ่ะ
The
อัน
whole
เนี้ย
of Vitality have got this driven beautifully. Talon
Being
need
you, nah.
one of these players left alive
อืม
to come up with the
seconds
play.
left.
นับสอง
โอ้
It might
ต้องยิงขึ้นดีให้ดีคือต้องยิงให้ดีกว่านี้ทีมโอ้โหไม่ได้โอ้
Still going to be going for the plant. Satchel through and across, but the damage done there is Governor dropped into
รู้เลื่อนเหลือหนึ่งสบายเลยสบายเลยอ่ะ
อุ้ยพี่มี่เดิน
พี่มี่อย่าคิดเยอะไม่อยู่ข้างบนเห็นแล้วสบตากันเล็กน้อยพี่มี่อยู่ไหนอ่ะ
Really beautifully read there from Kicks. I don't think anybody is sticking that diffuse. When both players see each other and you dip into a smoke, Kicks has got the perfect read on what's happening there. Not even worried.
ขอบคุณครับน้องสาวน้อยอุ้ย
And
มัน
that's
เยอะ
a
ไป
round
มั้งครั
where
บ
Talon would have been hoping for that position to be able to skill things across the line, take down runner, take down Kicks, and yet the rookies on Vitality prevail.
Wallah, your eyes cold. It's the best Estonian player.
That's true. Estonian Player of the Week again, of course, for 92 weeks running.
Winning these awards, man, he's racking them up. It's unreal. But this is beyond dire at this point for Talon. Your best outcome is looking at 9-3, and even then you've got to do it with barely any ultimates, barely any weaponry,
and playing against one of the best pistol round teams we have at the tournament.
So it's even the second half.
นาทีนี้กูให้หนุ่ยมากกว่าทีมเฮ้ย
Talon trying to get proactive, clearing out B, looking for that info so that they can land it.
ก็เกินไปหนุ่ยมากกว่าทีมกูว่าเกินไปนะ
Break this trip, of course, though. Eyes are going to be looking backwards. People like Trex.
เฮ้ยบัตแพ็กขึ้นดิโอ้ถ้าบัตแพ็กขึ้นนี่เนียนนะบัตแพ็กขึ้น
Vitality
ผมมันได้บอมอีกแล้ว
needs to get this plant down and active. Just a slight tap as well.
93ได้ปืนพกกลับมาเลย
You don't know how many are on the flank here.
ทีมมาหน่อยทีม
ไม่เล่นเลย
ว่าทีมตายไปเนี่ยโดนแฟก
Just to clear that one.
โดนแฟกครับ
to try and take this
อุ้ย
one.
มันไม่ว่ะไม่คอนแทคว่ะ
Jip Boys maybe do some work and some damage, but Runner's going to be catching the contact here alongside the boom. But the Hawk is beautiful. Annihilation though. It's going to be trading it. Post-mortem, not to be saved. This outcome. Doors opened up. Sees as well. Giving this one up into that 4v4. Now another TP here, but Jip Boy sticking this all the way. Diffuse is sticking! A 10th round dropped in the lab of Vitality. And with how good they've been on these pistol rounds, Josh, man, as we've been saying, it just feels inevitable.
And it looks like Vitality are setting up for a push out through Mound here.
ไม่มีคนทำให้เหรอ
Also have a component that pushes B. And you've got Kicks and Trex in that position, two players that are firing. They decide not to go for the aggression though. Purely
ทำไม่ได้คือยัดมาปิดเลยสัตว์แบบแรกปิดไปเลยอ่ะ
the B site.
Actually, these players are going to try and pivot this one. Okay, there's a paranoia prime with the door opened wide, but they don't spot any players.
แม่งน่ากลัวด้วยไอ้พวกนี้
Talon avoid giving away information, but then throw smokes out. So now Jip Boys doesn't have any smokes for another 5 seconds.
ที่ทารอนได้2 ตาวนี่แหละ
Can't go for any kind of exec just now.
It's not like they're running by private.
Another situation where Vitality have got a lot of info and Talon haven't contested them for it or made them pay in any way.
The setup is quite nice. It's a kill trip to play off out through A. Don't expect that one. Down close to the floor. Prowler will not be clearing it.
เนี่ยแม่งดีกว่าเยอะเลยอ่ะ
Sort of jump spot as well. Not too sure if he got that information, but it seems likely at least.
อุ้ยไปดีว่ะ
Up in the cruise. Couple of knives away. Give safe time in the prime. Still runner up quite a bit. He's lucky not to be dead. Governor did not clear the corner properly, even though he's inside the camera. Already that aftershock pushing him back and away. Prowler in the face. Kicks. He's already in there. Getting stuck straight into the fight. Players flooding all the way through. Vitality and another one to the tally. This pistol round win rate is going through the bloody roof, and the map is just being stolen away right now from Talon.
แม่งเคออส
Talon have never had ownership of it. That would be a prerequisite
แม่งเคออสแบบบอก
any
เลย
kind of theft
เล่นไม่ดีอ่ะ
And it's the same two players, Trex and Kicks, doing such a great job. They were anchoring B when it looked like Talon were going to be heading there, and then as they make the pivot,
ไม่เช็คเว้ยมันไม่เช็คได้ไงอ่ะไซยังไม่เคลียร์เลยอ่ะ
supplement the Omen smokes there on C.
คือมันไม่ได้อ่ะมันต้องเช็คอ่ะ
Kicks anchoring, getting
ไซ
those
ต้องเคลียร์
kills, playing incredibly for the team. They've got 30 kills between them.
The rubble fight here and the force up as well. Sender straight into their faces, damage done to him, but he's still alive here. The paranoia flying forwards as well as team to play on forward a little bits and pieces. Util down, drop in.
เฮ้ยได้อยู่
โอ้ย
โอ้ย
Remy has done so much into
เอ้า
that
พิม
spot.
มี่
มั่ว
เฮี
เลย ยพี่ท่า
So the last one left. They weren't expecting that.
เฮียพิมมี่เอาไป3ครับ
A slight overheat from Vitality there, and Primy's happy to collect. Run is healthy. The others aren't.
They're holding for this push as well. Runner
เฮ้ยโอ้โห
maybe even expecting that they were already going to be up onto that site.
ได้อยู่ครับได้อยู่ได้
The
ลาวกลั
slightest
บมา
amount
เร็
of
ว
discipline and Talon
คิดซะว่าได้ปืนพก
collected the
เหมือน
tiniest
กัน
of
เหมือนกัน
lifelines.
โอ้โหหลบแฟดด้วยว่าได้ปืนพก
The
เหมือน
tiniest
กัน
of
เหมือนกัน
lifelines.
หลบแฟดโอ้คลาสสิก
Where you get
Oh,
that big
damn,
impact out of
classic.
Primy.
Oh,
He likes
damn.
using the aggression of
Damn,
other players to
the
be able to
shit,
trade
man.
off them.
วิ่งแรงจัง
He is top of the scoreboard, but far away from being top
ข้างใครทุ
when
ก
you
พี่จอน
consider
นี่ของ
the
ผม
players
ครับ
on the other side.
Trex has just been a monster this entire map. He had very high peaks as well during EMEA playoffs,
He certainly did.
showcasing very similar form at least so far. For now, Vitality.
อย่าคิดเยอะเว้ยรวมตีไปเลยเฮีย
have at least some sort of gun as
จู่
well.
โจมอ่ะ
The way that Vitality manage their economy.
นั่นแหละนั่นแหละ
To keep one player just so they can
ถล่ม
buy
มัน
rifles.
เฮ้ยกลัวจะไป
But
กลัว
I doubt
ทำไม
they'll be able to get too much damage done.
จะเก็บก็
Just
เก็บ
respect
เฮ้ย
in hands. A tap from Governor. He's
โอ้มึงเดินไป
very
เช็ค
scared
ดิ
of the trap
แค่
play
นั้นเอง
potential because listen, every round
ต้อง
counts.
ไประแวง
You
ตรงนั้น
have
อยู่นาน
forward
แล้ว
to
นะ
let anyone
แล้วก็ระแวงอีก
It actually looks like a trap play on the other side of the map. See the cam
ก็
inside
เดินไป
tree
ทิ่ม
here.
ดิไอคิวก็ล็อก
Potential
ให้
for
อยู่
a long-range stun coming from kicks.
ไม่เดินไปวะ
Chance that players inside
ไอ
tree
คิว
could
เปิด
get
มุมล็อกเม
caught.
นให้อยู่
The Talon don't appear to be drifting in
ไม่
that
มีอา
direction.
การวะ
เป็นนักมวยนี่คือเมาแล้วติดเชือกอะ
Doesn't get broken for Vitality. Warders Util flying out towards B.
อุ้ยบ้อง
Fake though, and now they're going straight back into
they
A. Ban only the one before the trade comes through. Now Talon
ชิบหาย
might
แล้ว
just
แม่
want
ง
to
ได้
commit
ปืน
fully
ไอ้
into this
เหี้ย
B side as well. They're going walkabout is
อุ้ย
danger
เช็ค
zone,
ส
especially up
ว
against
ย
Eco
ไป
is
ซี
still
ได้อยู่
Spectre in hand.
ดูดีเลยฮะโก๊ก
Movement ajar. They take it in
ดูดี
another
เลยฮะ
direction entirely. Pivot over towards C will be that free plant.
แผนดีฮะ
3v4 where two of the players actually have some weaponry to
ตอนนี้
work.
ต้องได้ตอนนี้ต้องได้
Talon still have to be disciplined in this spot.
Plan for Mount, they're all going to be played back there.
ได้อยู่แล้วล่ะ
No one on
Yeah.
site.
They've got a couple
Okay.
of weapons that are good for
ถ้า
Mount.
แพ้ยุบที
Obviously,
มเลย
Governors isn't that great, but the rest
that.
should be able to play this Mount post plant nicely.
4-3 โพสต์แพน
Primy, however, though, with the outlaw, I mean,
อุ้
his
ยดู
weapon's
พิม
one
มี่
of
เล่น
the
ดิ
best,
ดู
and
พิม
he's
มี่เล่น
playing
ดิ
pretty deep in.
It's a strange angle.
He has to not get caught.
Up and over, but as soon as the cage has popped up as well, realizes there's some danger there. Runner taps it, forcing out the spam.
สบาย
Realizing nobody's quite on this
ส
one.
บาย
Again, the gun should sail them through quite nicely. Through most of it. If the guns don't, the time pressure certainly will. And
สวยครับ
สบาย
a
เล
bit
ย
of
ครับ
precision at the end there on display
เดี๋
by
ยวดูข่าว
Primy.
ลือเป็น3ดิ
Snappy shot. Yeah, one away from the ult as well.
ว่าไง
ไหน
And now we get to see a rifle round to some
And I
degree.
look
I mean, Talon are going to have all right weaponry heading into
ต้อง
their
ได้แค่
bonus.
ลือ
The economy tends to be a bit better for the
Look
team
right, yeah.
that breaks the pistol.
อู้
So they're going to be coming in with outlaw, 2
One
vandals.
enemy remaining.
It's going to feel much more like a rifle round.
ยิ้มหน่อยเฮ้ย
Talon, keep this momentum.
อย่าติ๋ม
Just a little longer.
อย่ากลัวเอ้ย
Spam's going to be incoming here with a rebel fight. Hear most of this.
กลัวทำไม
Trex doesn't go for the spam though.
Boy
Falls
team.
over wide as well. He's going to be under a lot
Ooh.
of pressure.
Boy cup.
Flick. Yeah,
Boy
bullet
หนึ่งกำลัง
time.
ดี
Tail Governor just shrugs it off.
โดนสตาร์ทหลบก่อน
Lands the
ส
bullet
วย
anyway.
ค่อย
Beautiful first kill
ๆ
now for
ค่อย
Talon, but it's all about how
ๆค่อยๆเซตอัพ
push
เซตอัพ
past
โซน
that
ใหม่
point. Got the advantage. It's all about
เซตอัพใหม่
dropping it.
มาอย่างนี้ได้1ด้วยเปิดมาแล้วครับ
Remember how many 5v3s they lost in that first half.
แมป2มันตึงเหรอวะ
3 in a row. Vitality looking to try to equalize this by taking a risk. Safe and kicks
Sunset.
doubled up, pushing out through
มี
B.
ท่านะ
คือเห็นบอกว่าถ้าเราเสียแมปแรกคือ
I think they'll
เห็น
just
แชทมัน
miss
พิม
the
พ์บอก
timing.
2-0เลย
It's an awkward one.
มันตบอะไรมา
From
โอ้
spawning.
เด็ดอะ
มันบอกตึง
Is the
มาก
mount. Sees the bullets.
แมปกากทารอน
Don't
ด้วย
want anything to do with that one, but you're going to be making a call for the team.
ถือว่า
บ้านเกิดเลยเหรอ
ควร
Don't
บวก
give
ควร
up
ล
a
บอะ
rebel
มา
control
เจอ
this
กัน
whole
อะ
time. Still locking it down just in case they do want to drift back into that direction. Safe is also
แล้วดู
going
จิต
on.
ดิ
Re-exploration
อู้
punished for it.
จิต
Jim
ไม่มา
Boyd
อย่างนี้ตั้งนาน
drops
วะ
him.
จิต คือถ้ามาอย่างนี้แต่แรกจบไปแล้วเว้ย สวยจิตอุ๊ย
30 seconds left.
โอ้ถามมิ่ง
That's an unusual one.
Difficult to be fighting on.
Yeah.
Actually, from both of those players, Safe and Jitboys.
Stop to 20 health though, and now I feel like it's over towards A, but they should see this door rotating. Guns exchange once more. Time is running.
วางให้ขุดเจาะได้ดิวางให้ขุดเจาะได้อะทีเด็ดเลย
Broken TP up and over. Dodging most of the
วางให้
nades
ขุด
as
เจาะ
well.
ตัววับลง
He's getting it cheeky. The governor's watchful
อะไร
eyes on all of it.
อะไร
Ruling that sight with a nice
เฮ้ย
iron fist.
หมูจุ่มเมีย
นี่แม่งคิดว่าเราแบบนี้เว้ย
คิดว่ากูเป็นไอ้หนุ่ยมั้งไอ้สัตว์
Unplayable really at this
ไอ้
point
เหี้ย
in the V4.
Talon have done
ให้หนุ่ยได้อยู่
They had that opportunity to bonus up. They decided to actually invest
มัน
in
เป็น
the
ไอ้หนุ่ยหา
Vandals.
ไม่
They
เจอนะ
got
กู
rid
บอ
of
กเลย
the Guardian, got rid of the Spectre. They still had the economy flourishing. And they've knocked Vitality down. When Vitality won the pistol, that pretty much should have been game over.
สวยครับ
Straight through the
11-5
sunset, keep that momentum into your map pick, close things out easily. Textbook Valorant. But Talon are fighting.
เอ้ยลันเนอร์มันเริ่ม
Not
เงียบ
just
แล้ว
go
วะ
quietly.
แม่งมาละแม่งมา4ราวแรกไอ้ลันเนอร์เอาให้เลย4ราว
Give
แรก
up because the whole year's building up to even
Là
just
mình có bệt
make
rồi đó.
this event. You do not want to be going out early. As one of the weakest teams at the event, it's just not where their expectations are going to be leveled. Doesn't matter about
ค
anybody
ม
else.
จัดโกบโอ้โห
And Talon took a huge risk just signing Primi in the first round. They had a team that was making it to that playoffs level, and they chose to take a gamble to try to push them over the line. And it worked. I think prior to signing Primi, they did actually look a little weaker than Team Secret. Got Primi in. They just needed that one win against their rivals, and they beat Team Secret, with Primi having really huge impact in that game.
ที
เอ้ามีอาการเหมือนกันในวิท
Double their take. If you want to talk about what that
วิท
actually
มีอาการ
does,
ครับ
just making it to champs too.
เฮียวิทย์เริ่ม
Doubling
เป๋
their
นี่
take
ว่ะ
from the champs
เริ่มเป๋
skins. That's
บอกเฮ้ย
huge
ที่เอง
already
เล่นแต่
for
มันไม่
any
ใช่นะเว้ยตอน
organization.
เนี้ย
ไอ้เฮียนั่นหวาไป
Should
สัตว์
already be
เอ
considered
อ
a win, but
อย่าประมาทมันบอก
they're here to try to win some of these games too.
Exactly. The money is just almost like
ลุงทีมนะใกล้ได้วอตปาร์ตี้นะครับเร็วๆนี้
As a pro player,
ก็เป็นหนึ่งคนที่วอตปาร์ตี้สนุกนะ
and there's no
เร็วๆนี้
trophy
ครับ
for the one that's at the end of this event.
ใครที่เป็นแฟนคลับก็ไปกด follow ช่องเขาไว้รอเลยครับใกล้
จิต
ละใกล้
ภู
ละ
มินายกล้าหยิบคลาสสิกทีมเรามาเจอทีมนี้นายไม่รู้เหรอว่ามันเป็นลา
Running away
ง
with the game, it was very comfortable. It's the first time that they really had to adjust anything. I think one of the
ทำไมวะไอ้
things
เฮเล
that's
ติก
going
นี่
wrong
แพ้
for
วิ
them
ท
a
ตลอด
little
เลยเหรอ
bit is that they're not catching
Không
Talon
bỏ Vĩ
with
Thạc
their
không?
utility when they peak. A lot of the peaks are actually
Vĩ
ended
Thạc.
up being kind of dry. Now, I'm not a big fan of the way that Vitality play their defense on this
กู
map.
เซ
I
นตี
think
เมอร์
their
อะไรมัน
attack
ก็
is
เป็นทารอนส
immaculate.
ตรีมเมอร์
I
สิ
think they're wonderful with that. Their defense, though, they don't lean into playing those big, heavy retakes, saving utility, bit of plant denial, get into good spots, flood retake. I don't really see that from Vitality in the same way that you do from the Americas teams when they're playing the Breach Fade comp on this map.
อุ้ย
It's an area they could improve on.
ไอ้เหี้ยที่ใส่วันเว
บ้า
Kicks down ban early.
ไอ้แม่งคิดอะไรอยู่ใน
He's
หัว
the one
ไว้
who takes point there,
เหี้ย
hoping the players will just walk into
เฮ้ย
it
มันคิด
and
อะไร
blast
อยู่วะ
But Talon, patient. Jitboys needs to not overheat in this spot. He can't afford to die.
Okay, that's a lovely adjustment. Just snaps to the head
แฟนมันบอก hungry to win ไอ้เหี้ย
Him from the fight, but rifle will be
เล่นเหมือนแบบ
flamed into the hands of
หิว
Safe
ข้าวอ่ะ
Found up. I'm trying to play towards some of these key pieces of util ultimates.
And with the door open, they could be going in either direction. Nice jump spotting from Trex.
Yeah.
คือมันจะวัดใจเลยเหรอวะ
This
ว่า
is
แบบ
going to be a C hit.
คิดว่าวันเวมาแค่แบบเฉยๆมั้งไม่มีคน
Still, they hear this
ไอ้
one.
เหี้ย
Do
แต่
they
ถ้า
have
มี
any
ก็
sort
คือ
of
ตาย
radicals?
วัดแบบ
Yes, they do.
50-50
Satchel away. Trex.
Oi,
He's
oi, oi, oi,
spamming,
oi.
praying that he survives here, but he sees off into the back as
Oh,
well.
save.
Over the shoulder, but he has been
โอ้โห
cleaned up.
กระสุน
Damage.
หมดได้อยู่ครับ
Done with that ghost in hand. Still, it's Talon.
ได้อยู่ได้อยู่
Fouled
ได้
their
อยู่
way over most of this
หลบไฟก่อน
one
หลบไฟ
here.
ก่อน
Cruise to
ที
the
ม
plant will not be stuck.
เฮ้ยเกือบ
He
ตาย
defends though.
เหี้ย
Me,
Pretty
me.
certain he knows what that
me.
last player is.
Oh.
Jitboys. Make sure
ได้อยู่ได้อยู่
that
ได้
their
อยู่
visit
ได้อยู่
in vain.
What an
Mình ăn.
important round for Jitboys to be coming online. If he takes that fight towards B and he loses it, that's probably the round. Massively important that he won that fight. I'm not sure he should have been taking it in the first place, to be honest, but they really wanted to apply that B pressure. And they did.
ไอ้จิตแม่งแบก
Brought things back
แบกเสมอมา
into a 4-4. But let's see what that Vitality tag timeout was
โหจิต
looking to accomplish. They're
Cái này
one
hả?
away from Showstopper, from Rolling Thunder.
It's another
Massive
rebel fight as well.
ultimates.
จะแพ้นะเนี่ย
Massive
ไอ้เหี้ย
ultimates. Barely there, and kills will do it.
คือ
Granted
เขาวันเว
early.
อ่ะ
Governor's up and over as well with the TP. That's a reveal. Want to save. They still want to take this fight straight up into their face.
เอามั่วไอ้ที่ดูไอ้นี่เล่นดิดูไอ้นี่เล่นดิ
Cutting up ankles and potentially cutting up players too. Rolling Thunder to set this play.
โ
Had nowhere to run.
มั่วไหม
ไม่
Hopping
มั่วว่ะ
up and down into the same
ไม่ของ
spot
จริงว่ะ
here. That's barely 20 seconds into the round. A pivot.
เชียร์แม่งตายอันติมาเติมเลย
We can see this
Wow,
script into
wow.
his face kicks is also holding it.
ทำไหม
Broken. It's missed the
Nah,
timing
Primi.
though. Primi's passed
Primi
it.
à, xuống.
Squared up for the fight.
เมีย
But
กลัว
not going to be given
โอ้ย
it.
เร็วไปหน่อย
เอาโดน
เร็วไปหน่อย
Going steady by Vitality. Realizing that they're a player up.
วิแล้วเดินดีจัด
Relatively
ไป
surrounded.
แล้ว
ไปแล้วครับ
ปิดแล้วครับไม่ให้ออก
Trex deciding not to break it, waiting for reinforcements
ดู
first.
สวยบ้าน
Through here.
ยัดเลย
Trying to
ไม่
take
รู้
point and contact.
Oh.
Still
Oh.
kicks. You cannot be
Kick.
dominating
Oh.
it.
Kick.
My God, a 6-piece available and
Oh.
here and
Kick.
now.
แม่งเก็บหก
Goodness me.
เออ
What an unbelievable play.
ไอ้นี่
Not just the ace, the 6-piece on top.
ไหมล่ะ
This rookie player has
Meng
never
Kotei
aced in VCT before, and he's just brought that
Meng
out
Kotei
at Champions.
That's a hell of a way to do it. Yeah. My goodness, man.
What a beautiful setup with the Rolling Thunder as well, re-clearing through that position after Safeguard caught in the grab net. These peaks are abominable from Talon, let's just put it as it should be. Not playing around Primi's ultimate, not swinging together. They fed into kicks, but he was there and he delivered for all 6.
เลย fucking go เลยเฮ้ยทารอนมีอาการอย่างนี้มีอาการมึนแน่นอนนะ ไม่มึนก็แตกอ่ะ ไอ้เหี้ย อย่างนี้หมอไม่ให้ต่อยต่อนะ ถ้าแผลชะกันขนาดนี้ไม่ให้ชกต่อนะบอกก่อน
They can try to double swing the other two players. They can try to wait until Primi comes out of ult and swing with that. They can have Primi swing first as well, so that he actually tries to get some value from the ult itself. Sting's going very lost in that moment, but playing perfectly into Vitality's hands.
แม่งราวเดียวเกือบเท่าพี่ทีมเลย
Capitalizes. Beautiful. Talon's timeouts last one that they've got is while they were saving it for a rainy day, which happens to be
พูด
now.
เข้า
มันแม่นนะหน้า
มันพูดเข้าว่ะ
For being fair, but it's a 6 rounds difference, and it would have to be perfect from here on out from Talon.
ดูแม่งพูดเข้าว่ะ
Fully grouped up again with 5 of them.
ไม่เอาดูแย่
Set the sights over towards C Mound as just the one objective they want to fight over. Means they're going to be lacking on this map control as well. Off the rip here, Vitality.
นี่ถ้าแอสเซนต์มันเก็บ9ได้เก็บไปแล้วเนี่ยอย่าเจอของ9ชีวิตกูไอ้เหี้ย
He's got his full setup over towards this C side. TP into spawn. Jit Boys inside the one way. It's pinged out of Paranoid. Did not connect. Jit Boy still collects that kill. Runner. The setup is down, and his team have easy access. Satchel through alongside the flash as well. And Util flying forwards. Jit Boy cannot hold his own. He's not back up. It needs it now. Ultra flying forwards, backwards, this way, that way. Showstopper. It's all an abundance of Util. And enough to save the day here for Vitality. A clean sweep unless Ban has something to say about it.
โอ้เห็นตำแหน่งไอ้เหี้ยอันติหาตำแหน่งครับ
Prowler towards his back, running him down.
ติดช้าไปหน่อย
Racing him
ยังว่ะอุ้ย
พี่บ้าน
utilized, but Vitality in the end with that discipline, doubling up. Getting into the pistol round momentarily. Time ticking down already. Vitality will see if they continue that trend of getting off to hot starts. Governor really overextended himself. You can tell how badly he wanted that first kill. And maybe a bit of a read into the minds of these players. Gives it up though. Ban's now going to be under all that pressure of a down to his back. Does deal nicely and still a smoke to play.
อยู่ในควันไว้
Weaving through. He just dominates it. Overwhelms it. Prowler up into space. Can't be played up. And everybody's trading coming through and out. It's a 3v1. It's what Primi's been delivered here.
เจ็บหมดพิมมี่มีปืนพิมมี่มีเกาะจากพี่ชาย
Man down, but already catching the contact. Another one for Vitality.
เล่นอยู่นั่นแหละเดดล็อกอะไรดีวะเดดล็อกนี่คืออะไรไอ้เย็ดแม่
Yeah, they were doing all right in those first kill departments, and so this is a move away from that. But it's still that individualism. Governor overstretching himself a little there, just opened the door massively for
แม่งเล่นอยู่นั่นน่ะ
pick off players at their leisure. It is an interesting composition that we're getting from Talon, but it rotates around some similar ideas that Vitality have proven they understand. They know how to play, I guess in theory, against the deadlock. One could look back at the game against Trace and argue that they didn't do so well.
but that's just
แม่งเดทหมอ
another
เล่
piece of
ที่มึงจะ
learning.
เอาให้ได้ใช่
They definitely went back and heavy for the feud they lost to Trace.
กูขอดูหน่อยดิ ไอ้เหี้ยเดนล็อกนี่มันยังไง
It's a bit of an understatement, I think, to say that this is going to be an uphill battle for Talon. Gargantuan.
เนี่ยมันเป็นอย่างนี้เหรอ
โคตรดีอ่ะ
very comfortable on this map.
โทษทีครับ ผมดูช่องที่เยอะไปหน่อย
Nades, grab nets, Cam to take the contact to set up most of it, but
เฮียพี่คิกซื้อปืนใหญ่เลยเฮียพี่
playing
คิก
their
เอา
own
สุด
game, taking it nice and slow. Mid control.
ประท้วงให้เลยออดบัฟเหรอเฮียถ้าประท้วงให้เลยออดบัฟแบบมันต้องไม่เล่น
This is a
เดี๋ยว
little
มันจะบัฟ
similar
ให้
to what they were doing in previous rounds.
ถ้าตัวไหนเล่นน่ะมันไม่บัฟ
They've actually managed to get the
ถ้า
stat
เล่น
right
เยอะ
this
โดน
time,
เนิร์ฟ
though. This could be different.
ผมว่าคนในวาโร่ที่เก่งมีจอโนเส้น PPC ท็อป
Movement ability going to be saving you from that onslaught, and now forced to back away. Vitality, 34 seconds. They have none of that prior map control here. It's Sender who's going to be tested. Up through, there's a smoke towards him. Plenty of targets lying in wait.
ออกให้ดีออกให้ดีสวย
It's all about how you overcome it with the bulldog
ไป
in hand. Swats down
ไม่เดินต่อย
any players that might be just trying to
อุ๊ย
offset
มันรู้
him. Go and walk
หมายถึ
about
งถ้าเรารู้ว่ามันเข้ามา
to the gun.
อุ๊ย
But the noise made, Ban, yep, responds by taking him out. Kicks though, still with that plant down, and it has landed themselves into a 3 versus
3 มี
3.
ปืน
เอา
Your
คิก
boys
เจ็
are
บ
gonna
นะ
run
เอา
back to pick up the Spectre, so they're going to be a
เอาดิ
little late to start
เอาดิ
this retake, but they've actually got the weapon
ยิงไม่โยน
advantage.
ปืนให้เพื่อนด้วย
As absurd as that is,
ไอ้คิกมึงห่วงเกินไอ้
he's
เหี้ย
got walkabouts, but he does have a player at his back.
มึง
Chip
เก็บ
boys
หกเก็บหกแล้วมัน
alongside him, holding
แบบ
it
มัน
right
รั
on
น
the
เหรอ
jump spot, just seeing them. Now
It's
knows
on.
these players are walking out here, running away in the danger zone. Certainly, yet still shot to the
ไม่มี
dome.
ใครล็อก
Chip
มันไว้
boys
วันไม่
dropped
ได้
and away. Primi sidestepping. Knows that his players have
Taปืน
needs
นะ
to wait for his teammates back up as
ได้
well.
แค่
But
ตัด
Ban
ปืน
is
ละ
just getting.
โอ้
He needs to get a move on, to be honest.
โอ้ย
Yes,
Oi.
sir, it's Primi.
โอ้
Just put a few bullets back into them. Still, that turret. I mean, the circle's going to be retreating. It's already done.
โอ้
The time?
The round's lost.
เตอร์แรงอ่ะ
โห
I don't know what to say in that spot there.
ไอ้เหี้ย
I think Primi and Ban could have played that a bit quicker to actually play for the win in the round instead of just trying to do economical damage. That is
เอา
a
เดดล็
weird
อกมา
one.
เซตแบบทีอีนี่โดดคิวแต่แม่งเอามาเดินคนเดียวก็พอเลย
มันเหมือนไปตัด
Yeah.
ตัดเล่นช้า
Do
เฉ
they
ย
want to be
you happy?
associated with a round like that? I don't know.
Yeah.
ไปเล่น
Don't
ตัด
tell
ปืน
everyone
อะ
at Red Bull that that just
Oh.
happened. But yeah, that's
ไอ้เหี้ยกูว่าชนะได้นะเว้ย
big round from Kicks, I guess,
And
surviving
me-
in that squad.
Economical damage at least.
Yes, it is.
เอาเดดล็อก
It's
มา
only
เซตแบบ
Sender
ที
though that's
นี่โค
buying
ตร
up
ชิ
in
ล
this
แต่
round.
แม่ง
The
เอามา
rest
เดินชม
still,
วิว
still
กูบอ
taking
ล
it
เลย
as a bonus.
Very held here, Talon. Seeking to find
Mate,
for this.
ต่อให้
Again,
มัน
got
มี
the
เซต
count
อง
to
เซ
take
ตอั
that
พเฮีย
contact.
กู
Shove
ว่า
tied
รู้สึก
into
ไม่
the
ชอบ
corner.
ตัว
Grab
เฮีย
it
นี่อยู่ดิ
through with the
อุ้ย
swing,
สวย
Chip
เก่ง
boys.
โอ้นี่ไงนี่ไงเฮ้ยของดีนี่หว่าเดดล็อก
Play that's cooked up.
Oi.
Talon.
เฮ้ยเด็ดล็อกเฮ้ย
ชิมัน
Got the
คุกจัดอะ
advantage.
That's the second round in a row that the Gravnet's been followed up on
Ui, deadlock
beautifully as
quá.
well towards B main.
Yep. But
เฮ้ย
it's all
เริ่ม
about
เริ่มชอบขึ้นมานิดนึง
มาแล้วมา
เฮ้ย
แล้วแต่
ทีม
เขามาแล้ว
Plays once
สวย
more.
ทีม
And Cruz.
Oh,
Time over
really?
the peak there. Sender.
ปืนแรงนะ
They're not quite trained properly. Rifle
มาแล้ว
retrieved.
หนี
Kicks up
วิ
through
คิก
the
จุดอีกรอบ
gut.
นึงโอ้โห
Now,
Oh.
playing siege
สวยทีมต้อง
here,
ได้นะ
this guy
ก็แฟด
underhanded with the flashes. Dodged in
Oh.
time, but he
Oh,
can't survive the
yeah,
bullets.
man.
Cruz.
เราได้บอมเราได้บอมเราได้บอมเราได้บอม
Play 50 seconds to play with if you have vitality. Once more, they could slow this down. They're going to need to.
เฮ้ยเดินไปไหนอะ
The spike, but it's again contact.
เฮ้ย
เฮ้ยงัด
Talon
งัด
are
งัด
side by side. It's all about who wins this first fight out. Governor, he's there. Steady with the aim.
เกือบ
Good movement as well. Governor making sure that that's not another 5v3 that falls away from
เอ๊ะ
Talon.
มันเปิดให้เล่นฟุตแชมเปี้ยนเตะ
But could I say that I was confident they were going to close it out?
ยังมี
Not
หัน
at
ลบนะ
all.
ปก
I'm
ติยื
holding
น
my
แทง
breath
โอ้ย
in those
เหี้ย
spots from what we've seen.
กากไปไอ้สัตว์
Early round is really
ถ้ายิง
nice.
แทง
I
นี่คื
think
อ
it's
กากแล้วครับ
actually even better than what we were seeing on Lotus. The early round,
เรียกว่า
yes, they
กา
actually
กได้
got
เลย
first
ฮะ
kills in
ไอ้เหี้ย
12
แม่งไม่
of
ใช่โปร
those
เพลเยอร์แล้ว
rounds. The first kill, again,
คือมันต้องพยายามหันลบอะ
7
ถ้ายืนแทงนี่
in
ไม่ใช่ละ
favor of
อุ้ย
Talon on Lotus. They lost
Ui, ui.
13-6.
สู้ใครมายินแทงอ่ะ
ด่าแล้วด่าแล้ว
It's unheard of.
ไอ้ทีมบอกเอานี่กูผิดเหี้ยอะไรวะทีม แม่งดูมันทำหน้าดิ
กล้องโคตรจวดเลยทำไมไม่
ไอ้
คิ
พิ
ด
มพ์นี่
ได้
อะ
วะกล้องอย่างเงี้ย
But Talon doing a great job here of making sure that they get those
หัน
advantages
มา
in
ม
the
อง
early
อะ
rounds.
แบบกูผิดเหี้ยอะไร
And
วะไอ้
actually
สัตว์
close one out.
ไอ้
Like I
เต๋
said,
ไม่
it
เห็
was
นลั่น
Sender
เลยวะ
that forced in the previous round.
นี่
So
ไง
he's
ดูดับเบิลดาเมจอี
now
กบ
got
น
a
ล่าง
stinger.
อะดับเบิลดาเมจบนล่างอะ
โอ้ยจะตาขาด
aggression out of
นี่
Talon.
ตาขาด
Try not to sit passively
Ôi,
and
ปืน
let
โคตร
Sender
กาก
have his run over the game.
ปืนแรงนี่ระยะเนี้ย
Sender's just
มึงได้ยิงของกระสุนก็หมดแล้วโอ้ยใช้ดิใช้เลยเร็ว
doesn't know on the other side of things what might be laying in wait.
มีคมครับวางเป้า
Take that first contact with Trex.
เอาบาดโดน
to seize out and through as well.
นี่ไงเต็มๆครับพี่จะได้2ครับ
dropped here.
เอาเล่นดีว่ะเล่นดีว่ะเอาแบบ3ว่ะ เฮ้ยดูดีเลยแบบนี้พี่มีวางเป้าครับโอ้แดม
reactions of this guy the young gun that they brought in
งัดเลยงัดเลย
a bit of firepower
โอ้
paying
วาง
off
เป้าไอ้เหี้ย
Vitality not getting away with the same funny business the contact plays that were
ให้เขาวาง3-1ง่ายๆให้เขาวางโค้งอย่าตาย มึงให้มันวางไปเถอะนั่นแหละสวยดีดีเล่นดีครับมันต้องเล่นอย่างนี้เว้ยเนี่ยให้วางแล้วลุมวางแล้วลุมถ้าเมื่อกี้นะถ้ากบโดนตัดปุ๊บเหลือ 2-1 มีโอกาสแพ้
is dropped here up and over the top as well. Governor playing for his life and beautiful peaks, beautiful spam damage just to supplement that. Making sure that he doesn't give his life away unnecessarily.
What a round from Primi too. It's not something that I got the opportunity to mention earlier, but he's never played Raze in a professional setting. I assume he's been spamming ranked. I haven't looked at his track.
ละเอียดเล็กน้อยต้องมาวะ
He's a bit of a
โอ้โหดูมันวางเป้าดิ
bit of a all-star, can pick up seemingly any agent and still play it to a really high level. He's got tons of that ranked experience. But you watch a round like this and he looks very comfortable in terms of how he's using his utility, all picking a nice timing to go for that.
ลุงยิ้มแล้วครับมาแล้วแม่งสวย
Remember that this is a map where you look at all the stats, every metric you could possibly pull tells you Vitality are way better than Talon on this map. The teams they've beaten, the attack win rates, the defense win rates, everything. And yet
here we are. That is some tricky business to try and overcome here for the Talon players. Still Governor and strong kicks. Sheriff in his hands. He makes it sing only for the 2 kills before the trade is out in the 3.
หลังมาอุ้ยโดนตันหมดเลยอุ้ย
way behind them.
It's not bad. He's put pressure on to get a vandal into his hand just as his ult was running out.
Or theft and runner as well. They're going to know what these players are. Spots them out.
So many disadvantaged positions that we've seen already on Sunset. We've seen tons of them on Lotus. Vitality yet to win.
อุ้ยดับเบิลดาเมจเหรอนี่ดับเบิลป่ะเนี่ย
ดับเบิล
ไอ้เหี้ยเอ้ยดูไม่ค่อยดับเบิลเท่าไหร่ แล้วได้บอมนะครับ
โอ้จะไป B ว่ะ
รู้แล้วจิตได้ยินละจิตได้ยินแล้วครับรู้แล้วครับ2ตัวแล้วเข้าซ้ายมาแล้ว
Breaking that instantly might have been the better angle
ครบนะเมื่อกี้มันวางแถบอยู่เนี่ย
Backside control is going to play. Hiding his time here, Jit Boys, even with the ult as well to get that information up top. Market box. Another save is here. He wants to try and take the fight to him, but the annihilation just trades it out equally. Still runner is there. He's taking a fight. Could potentially break it out. No, wants to try and take this fight one-on-one. No, okay, save this. Alive and kicking.
อุ้ยจิต
Still
กู้
plan for the back of the site now. Jit
ได้
Boys
ครึ่ง
paranoia, smoke up into his face. Wins that first one, knees the second time against him and just presses it forwards.
ไอ้แพ้ได้ไง
Mastercard with the seal locked up Vitality, winning that one.
And not just a thrifty, but another situation in which they were down
ใช้ก็ยากทำไมมึงไม่คอนเฟิร์มคิวให้หน่อยวะแม่งยิงทิ้งได้ด้วย
Kick's doing a great job with the Sheriff early on and Safe also providing them opportunities to win the round by getting that Vandal in mid.
มันตีมันหยุดคืออะไรนะ
Runner contributes excellently as well. I think Runner actually played the situation beautifully. He's caught between dealing with Jit Boys, pushing him away, trying to break the ult. You can see there in the reaction from Safe.
มันติด
with how that one turned around, but also at a bit of a loss as to how they keep being able to win and kind of like clutch out these situations. Down players.
It's truly absurd. We keep harping on about it
because it's so unusual.
Yeah.
ครบเลยตัวเหี้ยนี่เย็ดแม่เป็นตัวที่กูชอบที่สุดในเกมใครหยิบนะกูจะตบกระบาลให้ด้วยสัส
Be emanating out as well. Pushing Talon backing away, but it does orchestrate pretty nicely. The fight that they're trying to take here, smokes dissipate.
ถ้าเจอกูเล่นแรงเจอเดนล็อกกูโมงเลย
Back into this B main
กูสัญ
angle.
ญาเลยเหี้ย
No one love. All hate and
กูวิ่งแบบน้ำลายไหลเลยกูขอเป็นคนแอนตี้เดดล็อกคนแรก
No push down mid.
แล้วกูจะยืนแข็งเลยเหี้ย
Very standard. Trex even
บ้องเลยอะ
ตัวโปรดพี่เอ๋ยอ่ะ
ถ้าแฟน
These
11
spots
หยิบเด
are
ดล็อก
incredibly tough for the retakers to
แปะเลยแปะเดี๋ยวนั้นเลยอะ
most of their use for this one here. Still knife against the back wall. There's a grab net into it along with the nades to the corner cruise. He's thinking of the fuse. He's already got that half. But the Fury has to be uploaded here.
ได้ฮาร์มนะแต่ได้ฮาร์มนะแต่ได้ฮาร์มนะดูดีนะ
up and still a bound of damage is done. Primi already with that half, but spam down, spray down. and the gunplay doing the work. Ban not able to do it at the end either.
เหลือ5เลยเหรออ๋อ4
Our first time seeing what is normally an extremely standard situation for teams to get into. Talon didn't really have a great answer there, but they were good at least in terms of getting onto the spike as quickly as possible. But like you said, it's such a tough spot to get through. Safe gets 3, just spamming through smokes into that position where he knows people are going to be diffusing. And Talon didn't find an opportunity to push aggro into B main, couldn't really apply any util pressure, couldn't get the flank down mid. And now, look, Tides turned economy damage for Talon.
The default early on by Vitality. Sender's going to be trying to catch that contact over towards aim most of the time here. It's against the eco of Talon, but they are stacking this with enough players that I'm worried about the danger. Once more, Primi catching that contact and still swinging through. And wide, he does just find the two, still safe. Wrangles the beast that is his rifle. And swiftly deals with any opportunity, any opponent. So, here.
ผมครับบ้านผมครับ
up through mid into that 1v2.
ประมาณนะพวกมึงประมาณนะกูบอกเลย
Gives them a chance.
ตีเลยครับ
โดนได้นะ2-1อ่ะ
เอาครับบ้านเอาบ้านบอก
โดนได้นะครับ2-1อ่ะ
Threatening like he could have
มีควัน2 อันด้วยควันกู้ครึ่งไป
Discipline from Vitality.
ควันกู้ครึ่งเชื่อบุมดิ
Be steadying.
ควันกู้ครึ่งแล้วมึงจะเล่นง่ายขึ้น
No one actually decided to take the contact onto this one, so Ban dropping the cage. The dart. Placed one. Okay, at least nicely here once more. Another tap Ban. He has forced that fight out into the wide open here. Safe. A lot to do. Ban sticking already. He's at the top half, and that builds him. Wincon's time earned as well with the damage done to Safe. Surely. Inevitability. Safe. My goodness. Just in time.
Playing that on an absolute
NT
edge there.
NT เลย
Safe also would have died to a single bullet, held down to 32, damage from the Vandal 40, playing things on the finest of margins. But he was required here after Primi hit a collapse with the Guardian. Safe was needed for the cleanup and the clutch. Hasn't been a great tournament yet for Safe, actually. For somebody that, again, I would have in my top 5 duelists in the entire world. Safe slow to get going. He played pretty well in one of the maps to open up against Trace, but I mentioned it at the end of the first map. He said one of his biggest things that he was surprised by, or biggest learning moments from this year, was learning that he can rely on his teammates, that he's got them people
ถ้าเมื่อ
there
กี้บ้านแบบเลือดเย็นหน่อยนะปล่อยมือมายิงสักหน่อยตอนที่มันนับวิอ่ะแล้วมันกู้ทันด้วยบอกให้พอยิงเสร็จอ่ะ
been talking a lot about the mental struggles that he's been going through for years now, actually, but especially this year when he's dealing with grief, bereavement, and pushed himself and the rest of his team to champs despite that.
จะได้ว่ะ
He's struggled a little individually on this stage, not quite up to my expectations, his own expectations of him, but other people around him have rallied, and then he's, finding his moments here, like in that final round.
Absolutely. It's not required that he has these superstar performances for Vitality to be a winning team and roster.
It might do as you get later through the tournament.
For sure, I think it's going to be necessary. I think the tighter the competition gets, the harder the teams are. But for now, at least, he can lean on his teammates back and have that safety net there. But for now, at least, in this map here and now, he is showcasing a real strong performance. He's 11-4. He's that kill leader across the board here on this map.
Now, a few of them were ecos and a few of them were through smokes, and he might be getting caught here by an ult play.
Yeah, Nader is back too. The bullets through. A little bit of damage was necessary, I think, just to topple them over.
They're doing a great job of following up on these. Everyone has been perfect from Governor on defense. Combo there with the Raze nade. Again, Primi hasn't been playing Raze in pro. Cruz looking for a re-clear.
Yep, and Sender also just contacted most of this way. Bando. It's an off angle to be played here, and Cruz lovely with the movement. Survives but a moment to at least survive that fight and take it further forwards. Runner over mid.
He's been doing it every
contact
time.
Re-clearance.
Insane.
Runner's been doing that same thing every time.
Yeah. Kicks up and over that flash. Very orchestrated and easy enough to dodge. Finally, Talon not letting rounds like that slip when they get that opening kill.
Learning a little about the tendencies of Vitality. They didn't even have to burn the showstopper there. It's a great trap. Safe's got to be worried about those. B main is looking deadly. Talon managing that space very nicely.
Of course, they could be trying something aggressive in the next round with showstopper online. You can see people double blast pack down mid or something, go and take tiles control. Tons you can do with this ult on this map.
ไวคีนสิ่งที่ไอทีมมันทำหายไป
Same old, really.
ไปตามการเวลาครับ
But another spot where Primi can look to try to take contact, defend the ult orb, and if he gets pressured, try to take one, back up, use that ult. Very similar defensive protocols that we've seen before.
Yeah, it's not entirely safe when there's a KO on the other side of things, but it takes a bit of coordination.
แม่งเอาอย่างแม่งคือมั่นใจแต่ตอนนี้คือวางเป้ามั่นใจมากอะ
No way, Primi is going for the peak.
นั่น
One player spams,
นั่น
and it makes him think that it's only the one play in there.
Yeah, getting baited in. Vitality one step ahead.
มั่นใจไปนิดนึง
There's that inexperience, I think, rearing its head. It doesn't matter about your mechanical ability. Those are the kind of plays that tiny in the micro. At the same, give you that advantage.
At the same time, though, and Frost was talking about this in the press conference.
มันก็แม่นเหมือนกัน ไม่ใช่ฝั่งตรงข้ามไม่แม่นอย่างเงี้ยมันก็ระดับ
And just decide,
อุ้ย
I might get a 1v1 here if I play the angle well
ระดับนัก
enough.
แข่งอ่ะเฮ้ย
ระดับนี้แม่นทุกคน
Here comes Vitality through market.
โอ้ทีมโอ้ย
Looking to lock this one down as well. Plenty more players, but
team โหดจัด
drop down as well. He's gonna try and deal with this one because Ban was hyper committed.
สวยละทีมสวยละ
To the corner, Vitality have barreled over these players now. Through the back of the site, and Norofet will reveal quite a lot in terms of these defensive setups.
The flank?
Yeah, it's being spotted. I mean, they know Governor's here as well. Trex is going to be able to spot that because of that Norofet on earlier.
ผู้ยิงไงฮะ
Now Jit Boys, 45 health. Vandal in hand, but a long shot away from trying to win this round out. Now the flat isn't precisely against the wall. Could create openings for him, but the amount of plays he's got to get through with the flank already occurring as well. Trex is hotly on his tail. Can't even start the trip. 3 bullets left. Doesn't even want to commit to that reload. Backs himself away around the corner. Again, Vitality not willing to really fight, but they'll take it anyway. As time was running short. That's a 6th round now that they've built up.
And looking strong. Talon came out with a pretty powerful
opening.
Talon
winning
round 3, winning round 4. Made it look like they might be able to challenge Vitality on this map despite all of the numbers. And yet, as we get deeper, it's looking more and more like the favorites are taking control
ถ้าไป
here.
ออฟได้นี่แม่งเฟี้ยวเลย
Premi's yet to offload this showstopper.
พี่ว่ามันยังไม่พอ
It's his second one, and now
ซ้อม
he's
น้อยไป
probably
ว่ะ
not
ว่า
going to get another.
แล้วก็กำแพงภาษาเหมือนเดิมเรื่องนี้ ดูจากไอ้ล่าสุดนั่นก็ยังเป็นเหมือนเดิมครับยังไทยบ้างอังกฤษบ้างอะไรเงี้ยอันนี้เอามาไม่หมดด้วยนะ เอามาไม่หมดด้วยนะบางจังหวะเราอาจจะมันอาจจะหนักกว่านี้อะไรเงี้ย
Thinking about that kind of stuff. And also, what's Chip
กำแพงภาษามันน่ากลัวว่ะ
throwing the paranoia through to tiles.
The nades. My goodness, I mean, a few stray bullets right through the box is enough to get the job done, at least there. No command through. Kicks down to his knees. Aldo overdrive. And Governor has landed that perfect timing. Pre-aims it onto the corner as well. Safe just ran straight into him. Trex. Bit of a bait and switch. Taps it. Trying to pull these players wide out into the open because he knows he needs that chance and advantage, and it will not be there. Talon still fighting back, still battling back, and a chance really for them to equalize at the half.
Another kind of sick Gravnet nade combo. Talon now have all 5 ults online, ready to go. And these set plays have not actually been around ultimates. They've been around Gravnet nades all across the map.
ยังวางเป้าดีเหมือนกันนี่
Changing up the position that Governor and Primi are playing really fluidly, very nicely, and catching someone almost every single time.
ได้อยู่ครับได้อยู่
Still, they lag.
ดูดีเฉยเลยโอ้โหอันตี5เรานี้ควรได้
Trying to go into this showstopper.
Real vital round.
75 หรือ 66 ได้หมดครับตอนนี้
They feign, at least at the beginning here, Vitality like
แต่ไปทาง 75 มากกว่ากูดูแล้ว
Cleared out immediately by the Prowler. And now Vitality have to go and make more space in that direction.
Now through the top section of mid, Primi, drone in his face. Paranoia 2 will push him back and away here. This is Talon trying to make a play happen as an annihilation, but it's wasted rebounds. Off the back, Cruiser somehow grabbed himself 2 kills in the mix of all of that, just crossing up through mid. It was an open angle that wasn't smoked through the top of it.
Vitality looking there to try to punish the annihilation.
3-5-3 ไม่แย่เลยชนะได้นะ
And like you said, 2 go down. Another 5v3.
ไปดิยังแม่เจอทีเด็ดเดดล็อกกูวีเฮียเว้ยเฮียเจอกำแพงเทพไป
Yeah, looking to
แม่งเริ่มลำบากอ่ะมันเริ่มลำบากอ่ะ
Talon was taking. Imagine.
opened up by Vitality.
This is looking like a very tough round for Vitality to win. They're going straight into the stack. 3 players here looking to defend. Surely this is a win for Talon.
ย่อโดนย่อแล้วสแปมย่อแล้วสแปมสวยครับโกบหลบสวยเล่นดีครับโกบยังหลบอยู่เหลือคนเดียวสวยโกบเล่นดีครับถ้าเล่นอย่างเงี้ยใส่สูตรผูกใช้ทุกราวเนี่ยได้เลยครับ
I've never seen such good grav nets. They're
สวยเลย
genuinely incredible. Another one there. Recleared through mid. Here we're watching the way that
ถ้า
Cruz
มัน
was
พ
able
ลา
to
ด
pick
ก็
up
ห
2.
วด
That
มั
was
น
after
บ้าง
the
CEO
annihilation.
เอาเงินไปซื้อมันก็ไล่แม่บ้านออกรถเงินกูให้กูอยู่
He's
ดู
throwing
แล
it
แค
pretty
มป์
consistently into these neon walls, but he's also just catching the timing perfectly on the trap plays, the space creation. People from Vitality falling into it very often. And as we were praising Safe for being 11-4 earlier, he's now 11-8. Hasn't been able to find any kills after that eco round in the clutch.
ไอ้หมิมเงาวงในมาพูดอย่างนี้ไม่ได้นะน้อง
The entries are really going missing for Vitality today.
Is there anything to set Safe up here? Up on all sorts of angles here. Cruz, the Prowler catching that contact. He knows that there's players up through the top section of mid, dodging most of the util coming his way alongside that C's. Enough to offset potentially there. It's got the decay damage kicking in with the Hunter's Fury in the back pocket. Trex letting it loose. Talon going for the play.
เอามั่วไอ้เทคมั่ว
Primi will
ไอ้เท
happily
ค
make
มั่วครับ
it pay. This guy
เอาแล้วได้บอม
unleashed now and flips the map, takes the spike control now, granted it over towards them. It's Vitality that are going to try and fight their way past this one, at least with the player advantage. There's 3 of them there. Cage up in their face. Hearing the footsteps, runner just about scurries away.
ที่แม่งได้
Ban haven't taken
ไม่เป็นไรครับ
too
รอ
much
รีเท
space
ค
off
รอ
the
รี
back
เท
of
ค
this. They're playing very cautiously through mid. They do not want to get caught by a lurk, but it's given Vitality a ton of room to go and get that spike and get the plant down. It's an advantage, sure, but they haven't really turned those kills into a one round. Really not close yet.
ไม่เล่นอย่างนี้ตั้งนานไว้
Just
เฮีย
playing with so much caution, trying not to overheat, trying
retake
not
ด้วยกัน
to make those same mistakes, but giving a ton of
นั่นแหละ
respect and a ton of space to Vitality.
Sometimes be to your own.
ค่อยๆสวย
boys.
คงแรกเคลียร์ครับ
Admit that he does indeed. The ult is straight there and through and a play
โดนย่อ อุ้ย
to really
อุ้ย
play off of that one. Still, the
เอาดิ
content is beautiful and good, but it's not follow up. Still time.
Ui,
Kids
mày
to be
mới
able to
ao
just
quá.
pull that tag right out of him. Shorty in to try and clear these angles. 3 versus 3. Util abound. Cage to get themselves in along with the barrier mesh as well, seeking to lock these players out and away. Governor, it's a tap. Enforcing out wide once more.
Ui.
Still alternating. Primi with 3.
เจ็บหมดเลยเจ็บหมดเลย
Four, he's dropped. Governor
เจ็บหมดเลย
sticking half onto
ส
it.
วยบ้าน
Down. Ban.
ไอ้เชี่ย
Delivers
6-6
that final blow.
เฮ้ยนี่ตึงเหรอเอาวิชา
Necessary
ขนา
into
ด
the
นี้ตึง
last
เหร
two.
อ
That's a 6-6
Ow.
finish here on a map that was
จริงๆปะเนี่ย
listen, by all
Là bài
metrics,
mang
as
xịt
we've
lầu
already
gì à?
said, it should have been a slam dunk for Vitality.
The clash
Chả
looks
mau
like
rồi,
it could
chả
be
mau
occurring B main here.
ได้อยู่
Nobody on Talon getting caught by that
แต่
knife.
Oh, and now they've just contacted right up behind this one. Safe. So alongside, they've got teammates in space. Still, the stun is going to be connected onto himself. From the
Aye.
bounding. How the hell did you get
Sủi.
out of there? What are you doing, Safe?
มา
My God, there's no composure in sight. He just
Là
sits
Phi
on
Mi
it like
mi
a
mi cọ
bloody
nè.
egg.
I mean, there's not much he could have done in that spot. The nade was pretty perfect to lock him into a corner.
อู้
It's the stun
วัน
that
เลย
was
วันเลย
bad.
วันเลยวันเลย
Losing a player through mid as well and couldn't respond.
ใจเย็นใจเย็นใจเย็น
He takes the
ใจเย็นไอ้
space.
ถามไทยใจ
A
เย็น
little bit all over the place. I think Sender's
มึงร้องเพลง
looking
ชา
for
ติ
a
ก่อน
voice
ก็ได้
cue
ตอน
now.
เนี้ยเวลามึงมีเยอะมาก
A bit of a
ไม่ต้องรีบ
playmaker into the round, but he's sitting at 3
Chillเลยอะ
right now. Dire straits for him individually. Team
ใจเย็น
are going to be asked to bail them out of this spot to keep that stellar pistol record intact.
If Sender finds a good timing here,
สวย
Talon are thinking that it's a normal B retake coming from Boba, coming from Market.
Significant chances. Chip Boys is so damn low. One shot would do him in. Sender spotted him out here, and a lot of
บอกว่านี่
utility.
มีคนปิดประตูคนหนึงกับตรง
And he's landed it onto Primi. With him
ไอ้
gone,
เหี้ยเซนเดอร์เล่น
dusted.
ดีจังวะ
The last 2 players are weak enough himself. Sender could just do this single-handedly. And Sender needed to be big. And
Home,
big
home.
is Cruz, though. Enough
Oh.
to bring it back to that 1v1.
team.
Smoke in his face, 25 health.
เฮ้ยสโมคเคียมันวะ
Spike still planted for him. Time, pressure against him. And Sender
นิ่งไว้ทีม
just
นิ่งไว้
holding.
มึงทำได้เว้ย
Steady hand, spamming away. The Ghost in play. Needs to make the most of this spot here with a horn to reveal. And Sender lit up like a beacon.
สวย
Weaving
สวย
in
ทีม
and out. The time is
สวยทีม
Two
โอ้
Cruz.
โอ้
Ryan with
โอ้
and
โอ้
finally, it's Talon who
Oh.
earned a pistol round.
โอ้
เอาแล้ว
The first of the match, and that's what experience looks like there.
เอาแล้ว
เอาแล้วยิ้มไอ้เหี้ยกูยิงสู้ไม่ได้เหี้ยกูวิ่งแล้วกัน
Smile. He allows to grace his face, and Talon take the lead.
เฮ้ย
For what's got to be the first time in this entire series, I think.
ตึงวิทา
Don't quote me on that exactly, but the first match was a bit of a blowout.
ไอ้เหี้ยดูหาไม่เจออะ
rounds. They won the bonus as well.
โดนวิ่งหนี
ไอ้เหี้ยเดินจุกกู้อะ
ไอ้เหี้ยหุยทูปะเนี่ย
ไอ้จิตชอบ
Look
จัด
like they've got those opportunities
Yeah.
for the first time in this match. An opportunity
Chop
similar to when they played against Leviathan, and it looked like they were in the game.
ชอบใจเลย
แกจะวิ่งถีบ
They
มาโดน
did
วิ่งหนี
end up
เลย
choking that away a little bit. They lost 4 rounds at the end of both maps. And they could see the finish line.
Hopefully learning from that experience.
แม่งเดี๋ยว
Wanted to make the same mistakes twice because it's elimination. It's a tournament life on the line. A trap
เหี้
play
ยคลาสสิก
with great success. It's offloaded here by Vitality.
คลาสสิกมันได้ขนาดนี้เลยนะ
At least against Governor. Not too sure if he dropped a weapon.
He should have done.
ยังไง
It's only Ban that saved this
อุ้ยได้ยิน
round.
เสียงตัวหนึ่งวิ่งครับ
Should be something for Ban to pick up, but he's nowhere near.
วิ่งดัง
Look,
เลย
he's exploring through mid now
ส
with
วยจิต
Jit
ส
Boys.
วยจิต
Finding good
เมื่อ
timing
กี้
to
ขวา
Runner,
จิต
but
เฮีย
also dangerous positioning.
Yeah,
Yeah,
as
lah.
well. Just spawning it out.
บ้าน
Still,
อู้
Ban to try and recover.
โอ้
Bloody hell,
เฮียใครบอกบ้านกาก
Ban.
ใครบอกบ้านกาก
Worldy right now. Still, it's going to be
ใครบอก
dropped
บ้านกาก
by
ไอ้สัตว์
kicks.
ไอ้บ้าน
And
เก็บ
also
สาม
behind.
Huge weaponry dropped, right? There's a weapon down over
Yeah,
towards
G2
A
win.
main, unless they've juggled that away somehow. And there's also a weapon up there in Connector, which Sender's quickly going to grab.
Kicks is
Oh,
trying to
she
get
might
out of
lah.
this one. He's going to hear these footsteps as well. It's an off angle, but it needs to be first shot accuracy on display. And it is
Oh.
Vitality. Recovery inbound when a knife tagging Primy's position noted, spotted. Vitality defaulting back into that discipline. Doubled up into the high-low. The tap forces them now creep in ever so closer to potentially that round win. Damage done. And Primy just not aware that they were playing that one together. A mastercard thrifty. And for all we were singing the praises that Talon were finally getting that pistol round into their belt. That's going to flip it directly on its head.
So brutal in these kind of spots. Saw Ban and Jit Boys go
อารม
to
ณ์ฉัน
try
สวิ
to
ง
make
กลาย
the
เป็นวง
play
ลี
out
อ่ะ
through mid.
เฮียโคตรสวิงเลยวะ
It was kicks that really cleaned up. Ban survived on 1 HP until that
But
sheriff
Polar
came
deck,
through,
innit?
and that's a crucial duel that happened over towards B main.
Nice, boys. Nice.
That's what they've been waiting for. Kicks once more up towards the top of the scoreboard, having vast impact for Vitality
กู
today.
ยังหัวเราะอยู่เลย
แม่
Dominating.
จิตแม่ง
With the sheriff too, he's had some big moments. He was part of
Did
how they
Kid
managed to
do
win
it?
a thrifty round with a player disadvantage in the first half.
เออ
Primy's been
แย่
unfortunate
ง
in
มา
these
แพ้ลาวแบบ
clutches
นี้
too.
ไงไอ้เหี้ยฟูเซนเอ้ยไม่ใช่ฟูเซนนะทารอน
Trying to re-clear up through mid here.
Wait.
What about that? I mean, Primy
Am I wrong?
clutch. Maybe just again, you know, kind of that inexperience rearing itself onto the big stage because it's very different. Listen, clutch scenarios, the way you play them in ranked versus
จิตหงุดเงี้ยว
actual tier 1 play.
It is different.
It's the reason the pro players are here.
But it's also, in some sense, you know, unfair the amount that Talon even asks of him.
Oh, for sure.
Talon and all the Talon fan base expect Primy to be dropping like 30 every single map.
Yeah, the community narratives is like this guy is just God incarnate.
And
It's,
of course, he's very talented. He's exceptionally talented.
I must wait a moment.
But he's a ranked superstar that is still getting
They found my
his
wife.
feet wet in the pro scene.
เฮ้ยอะไรๆ
He has to clutch every round.
exactly.
ยังไงอะ
ทำไมสกอร์บอร์ด
เข้ามาแล้วครับ
ฟรีนี่มันถึง
Thinking that
มี
they might have
หัว
got
กะโหล
themselves a
ก
free and
รัน
open
เนอร์
sight.
โอ้โหรันเนอร์
Darts flying forwards as well with that rifle.
Oh,
Phantom play runner
runner.
is looking
Oh.
nice with it. There's no ace in sight though.
เฮีย
อันนั้นบอกว่านะทำไมสกอร์บอร์ดชื่อพิมมี่มันถึง
Ban
มี
could
หัวกะโหลก
do a
มัน
bit
ยิง
more
เยอะสุด
damage
ใน
as well.
ใน
Against the economy, time running short as
ใน
well.
เกม
Will
ปะ
need to open himself up from wide. That's
Perfect.
unfortunate.
เยอะสุด
ยิงเยอะสุดก็จะมีหัวกะโหลกครับ
The Vitality are going to be in a massive position here. They're almost going to have their own bonus round coming
ข
up.
องลูกเล่นใหม่
Round
ลูกเล่นใหม่
16.
เพิ่งมา
Their economy's looking good. They saved
Tung ma,
a
tung
bunch
ma.
of rifles. Only one got dropped. So now they've got a bit of a freebie round to throw in here. And Talon are the ones that could get plunged down into another
เราอี
eco.
โคไอ้เหี้ย
Or at least another
เฉย
round where you're scrapping together a buy at the very best. Primy one away from getting the showstopper. Is that what Talon are looking to play towards over here on A?
A lot of pings.
พิมมี่มีอันตินะ แล้วเล่นเร็วเลยครับ
Try and brute force their way past the initial A fight here. Primy just satchels all the way through. He's got
อุ้ย
the horn.
ทีเด็ดว่ะ
Back him up. Gives
วันเวตรงนี้แล้วเล่นแค่ขวาเฮ้ยไอ้เหี้ยในแรงไม่เคยทำอะไรแบบนี้เลยอันนี้เด็ดจริงครับวันเวตรงนี้ซ้ายจะออกมาเล่นไม่ได้แล้วเราเล่นแค่ขวาในแรงดีนะปกติจะควันตรงนี้จดครับเดี๋ยวไปเจอในแรงเลย
Vitality go for a reclear. Davis good though. On the boom bot the paranoia, so it's going to be wasting that util and pulling it out of Talon.
Knife held, anticipating a showstopper. Kicks is not going to let Primi get away with that.
But this is all the right protocols right now from Vitality.
I love this wall though. Look at this wall that's blocking off Safe's rotate at this point. Making it feel like they could try to pivot into an A split.
It's a showstopper and a fight as well.
Oh,
They split their way through. Knife collected, and that's why
Ui,
he had to see the showstopper. But early release here, yet still Talon are prevailing. With the gunplay and weaponry, util out of the hands.
โดนล็อกขาเอาดิโดนล็อกขาเอาดิ
with the nade as well.
Flash
still
โอ้โห
collects
มัน
the
นั่น
one
มันตายไป
before
แล้ว
the
นะ
trade is online by
ได้อยู่
Primi, still on the
you.
plan as well. Talon, they get that extension now.
3-2
Round 16.
ชนะได้นะ
ง่ายๆเลยง่ายๆ
เที
เลย ย
บมีกำลังลั่นเลยฮะ
Vitality now pushing forwards. They've got
Oi,
that
team.
dart. The timing taken by
Really
Primi.
fun,
He's
man.
pushed past it. The
Oi,
util
kaya pa
unexpected and the
ไม่เป็นไร
smoke traps are not hit. Leaves it down to Tranks. Unaware
Madi.
by Governor.
พี่
Primi's
มอง
known
ทำ
Primi's
ทำไมวะ
himself here towards the back of the
พี่มองให้
site.
อยู่
Play
พี่
this one. Fully unexpected. And there's those mechanics on display.
พี่เล่นกันดีๆหน่อยดิ
Had to dodge a couple of bullets coming through. I don't know that that's the cleanest kill I've ever seen from Primi though.
But the movement got him through it.
20 and 10, he sits at the top of the scoreboard for Talon. He's on pace for that 30 bomb that the community expects from him in every one of the Talon matches. But it's 8-8 the score, as you said.
ดูพิมมี่ดิดูพิมมี่ดิ
Vitality got a little too aggressive there at trying to clear back through market. As soon as they shut down the showstopper, they wanted to capitalize on that, hoping that they caught Talon unawares. But Safe once more shut down, trying to get the entry on a big team fight.
User joined your channel.
Governor's one away from getting the annihilation. It is a tool that you can use to open up.
มาแล้ว
ดีใจเหมือนไม่ดีใจเลย
ไอ้เหี้ยกูอยากฟังท่อแว้นมากกว่าเสียงมึงร้องเพลงอ่ะ
Sitting there.
ไอ้เหี้ยมลพิษทางเสียงโอ้โห ดูดิ
But the spike dropped down into the middle of nowhere.
แม่งมีใครเคาะเหี้ยอะไรอีกอ่ะ
Picture.
แม่แม่มึงตำน้ำพริกอยู่เหรอ
Nice and slow.
ไม่เขา
It's a good cam break as well. Runners can
ไม่อะ
good for
เสียง
big
เสียงโคกไอ้เหี้ย
เส้นไปที่
ไม่รู้ข้างวัน
move
ทำ
that.
ไมมันคอแล้วมันเข้าเนี่ยบ้านบ้านเจาะเยี่ยมข้างบ้านทั้งวันไม่เข้า
Only A main.
Sender, you got to
Nampik
get
leo,
out of
yeah.
it, man. Still annihilation. Rebounds.
ไม่ได้ยิงอยู่เลย
To
นะ
be
เนี่ยดูดิ
caught. That little web here, ban up through mid, breaks the drone as well. It's going to be sowing a bit of misinformation, and it does at least keep these Vitality players a little bit tethered. Now to Nightfall, collides and clashes into a multitude of players here. Vitality
They're leaving.
going to have many sound cues. They don't want anything to do with it. Maybe just off the back of the trails, even connected. But Vitality didn't shift away from these sites. They still have a bit of control up through top section of mid and onto B. Kill trips to be played off of once more. Ult stuck, committed Sender. That's reinforcements that are now arriving onto this side. Fire Mesh is here. There's the kill trips and runner. Happy to oblige. Plays off it beautifully. Seals there still spraying away the Phantom in play. Out from main. Nobody can hold a candle to these players right now, but still Talon might battle their way through anyway. 8 seconds left, but they are all gonna fall in the end.
ไอ้เหี้ยทีมมาจัด
That's a messy one from Talon's attack side calling. They hadn't even broken the market door when they decided to take that pivot back through B. I'm not sure exactly what it was that spooked them so much, but they did not like the idea of ending A, even after throwing in the Nightfall. Scrambled, spacing all over the place as Talon desperately made their way back over to the site. Hadn't accounted, I think, probably for Sender's ultimate, which reinforced Runner's position and allowed them to shut that down kind of easily. Talon are broken again.
Yeah. Money's just never feeling like
ซื้อปืนคนเดียวอ่ะ
Ever since they lost the follow-up to the pistol,
ซื้อปืนคนเดียวอ่ะ
that is the thing that ruined their economy.
ตัวฮีโร่อ่ะฮีโร่ทูซีโร่อ่ะ
Go for this mid play. Rifle in the hands of Primi again. He has to be
ใครมันจะปีนขึ้นไปบนควันตรงนั้น
to
วะ
really do the most. Able to pave their way at any portion of this round. Silver lining for them is that they're close.
อ๋อลุงเสกปืนให้อ๋อดูดิอย่านะถ้าทะลุแม่งมีกูแน่ถ้าใครทะลุแม่งมีกับกูแน่
Sender's going to be pressured. that's a huge knife.
Maybe only tagging onto the one.
อย่า
ทำไม่ได้เดี๋ยว
สวยอย่างนี้แหละต้องอย่างนี้
TPs have to be used to try and evacuate this space. He's got backup here. Kicks alongside it, safe. Throwing all sorts of util into the face of these players. Talon stunting them. Can't take a step forwards as well with that spike drop down, but it is going to be recovered.
Well played by Sender in that spot. It was another good grab net, but he avoided it.
ในกลุ่มเอาดี
Played in his teammates nicely.
กลุ่มเยอะ
Safe's going to take contact over here towards A-Link.
He's going to be the big player now. His team's going to be swinging off of that contact, making sure that they just turn it into mincemeat. 2-round lead for Vitality. They're looking to keep that going even further now.
And Kicks has generated up the null command, which is going to be great for shutting down the showstopper on the other side. And Primi's getting close to that one. There's another ultimate that he's just got to think so hard around when he can even find that timing. Talon take a timeout. It's feeling a little like Talon's game against Lev, where you believe that they can do it. They've found some really good moments. 8-8. And it's starting to slip away from them.
Yeah, you can't afford to let that happen.
Against Leviathan, second map, they were 8-9, lost 4 in a row. They lose 13-8. On the first map, they were up 11-9,
มีคน
lost
เหม็
4 in a row.
นเด็ดล็อกในกลุ่มด้วยวะ
มี
Any
ผมเห็นนะ
moments.
มีค
หรื
น
อว่า
เหม็
มัน
น
ได้ยินที่เราพูดกัน
Maybe
เมื่อ
it's
กี้
มีคนเหม็นเด็ดล็อกในกลุ่มด้วย
Maybe it's the rookie players getting a
กูก็
little
เหม็นใน
nervous
สัตว์
as
คุ
they
ย
can see the finish line.
เหี้ย
Maybe it's just luck.
ตัวแม่ง
Maybe
อ่
it's
อน
a coincidence. But it feels real in this kind of moment, real enough for Frost to hit the panic button, use his final tactical timeout. Vitality haven't even used one yet.
Which is strange. I was just thinking that. I mean, it's like they've been getting tested for all of this map, but
I think, the reason though is that they lost the final 3 rounds of the half. And so, you know, if you use a tag timeout at
มัน
that
พูด
point,
เหี้ยวะ
yeah, sure.
you've already played the majority of
แม่งเป็น
that
ที่
half.
อะไรวะกูไม่เข้าใจ
You get to talk to the team at the halftime break anyway. Probably just didn't anticipate how much Talon winning those final 3 would push.
This is one that Talon have to win. Money in the back pocket.
ยิงไม่สบายอยู่เนี่ย
Scramble to give it a buys, even if it is on
อ้าว
the farm.
บูมไม่สบายเหรอ
Not
พี่
away from the big ultimate of the showstopper. This is Vitality. Looking to take that early A main control and space.
ไอ้หนุ่มมึงหุบปากไอ้เหี้ย
Flash to set it up. One way now for Sender, so he's going to just maintain control of that one.
สถานที่หนุ่ย
The
นั่งเล่น
protocols from Vitality. We saw how easily basically Sender dealt with the Gravnet combo that was supposed to be
ไม่
clearing out of
อัน
that
นี้
spot.
อันนี้ดูดีไปเว้ย
Mid ban.
อันนี้ดูดีไป
Going exploring, but as the gun sticks barely out, Safe is just trying to hunt him down and shut him down still. This is the danger zone. Surely you don't overextend right into this one. Surely
โอ้
in
โห
the
ดูมันเล่นดิ
hands.
ดูมันเล่นดิ
5 bullets left. He is hard
แต่
committed.
แต่บ้านได้มาดิบ้านได้หนึ่งครับ
Pretty incredible from Ban there that he got that one
เยี่ยม
to
ดุ
work
ไว้
with.
สัตว์
When Talon get reset, they're worried about mid
Oi,
now.
oi, oi.
Vitality have shown presence in that area.
ตกใจ
Chip boys
เฮ้ย
poking
เอ
out
ฟรี
the
นะ
A
เอ
site,
ฟรีนะ
realize that all is safe, all is empty.
Did pull
จิต
Sender
เดินแล้วครับจิตไหลเลื้อนมาแล้ว
scurrying to try and at least help out with the util with the
ไป
paranoia.
เรื่อยๆ
Right?
ไปเรื่อย
Now that Kicks is dead, no null command to stop Primi's ult. So this showstopper, he can rip it whenever he likes.
เอาเชือกไม้กู
Talon
ผู
even
กค
hold
อ
on
ที
to it as well.
เป็นไรอ่ะเฮ้ยมึงเครียดอะไร
It's
อ่ะ
an open side. They don't know that. They could be using it just to make sure it's fully cleared out. A lot of util alongside
ไอ้
it.
หนึ่งมึงฆ่าคนได้ด้วยแบบมึงไม่ต้องใช้มือมึง
Paranoia
อะ
too. He's going to be running short.
ไอ้หนึ่งมึงทำได้ไงวะ
So many options available here onto the flank. This is an important one. Safe.
Yeah.
Just for the adjustment.
ทีมนี้แต่ยิงไม่โดนไอ้ทีมไอ้ห่า
Landed to the dome.
มึงนี่แม่งจริงๆเลยนะ
Opener in the midway part of this round, going for
Oh.
re-exploration, in through the back of the side, very wide with the face
Whoa.
movement, lovely still, but sprayed down nevertheless.
เอา
Good
แล้
job
ว
for Vitality to win this one, and now at least Primi has to lock this one down, overdrive, damage done, and still,
เดือดไปว่า
baits out the initial shots, Primi just couldn't stand still and hold his ground.
จิตแรงวะ
Another 1v2 that's asked of him. I like the play from Talon as well. They choose to get aggressive in the postman. But they didn't realize they were going to be facing there into 4 players. They're expecting the retake to be split up a little more than that. Talon, they hit their shots at the start. Safe skill on the flank, and then they clean up towards the end. Very nice from him and Sender.
แบบแรก
Safe
ไม่
finding
ได้
another round to have his value. 11-8. That finish line choke.
นี่ถ้าพิม
Unfortunately,
มี่ยิง
looking like
แต่
it's
โค
hit
แรก
Talon
ชนะ
again
แล้วไอ้เหี้ย
with elimination on the line.
Should
If
I?
they lose 2 more rounds, they're gone from champs.
เครื่องบินกลับบ้าน
That's your year finished.
ก็บ้าเหรอ
No team ever wants here.
ไม่กลับเว้ยอยู่เกาหลี
Down and Talon have struggled with that
เที่ยวเกาหลีต่อดิ
of their game. Going for the
เว้ย
retake
ตาราง
now,
เวลา
though.
คู
Grabbed
เซน
it.
ออกแล้ว
The parallel being broken.
Oh.
Parallel. It's almost beautiful. In fact, it is. We're safe.
ผมทีม
Kill collected onto him.
They're really nice. They
Talang
knew that the
alay na.
Gravenet was going to be
Anyway.
good on the right side, but before they got
Full
punished by
pen.
people from A-Link
Nah,
this
kau dua
time. That flash comes through from Jit
Yeah,
Boys and
I tell
allows Talon
you,
to follow up very nicely. They
Thanks,
are
mate.
adapting.
Yeah.
โดนแน่
The players are making adjustments.
ใครเจอหนึ่งแม่งซวย
Is it too late?
That's the question that's asked of them.
ฮะ
Ban hearing the footsteps.
I
He's
need
given
that.
away another kill.
Huh?
So 4 versus 4.
ตัวคูเซ
Where
น
we
งาน
stand so far here into this round.
ผม
As
ลง
Talon
ที่
Online
พี่เลย
Jit
นะเว้ย
Boys can be able to use this to get some information through into the back of the site. Big reveal. Also going to be broken. They know that they're anchoring in, but it's going in pound for pound. Sender, he's also going to be reinforcing this site up. This with a nightfall scatters through. My
Oi.
goodness, Sender.
เฮียได้ตัวหลังด้วย
อ๋อ
Jit Boys. Surely too much to overcome, and the timing couldn't be better from that one. Vitality. Hard facing. Swinging into him. Gets him up to that 12.
แต่วิมันก็ดีมันดี
Another
มันดี
four
มัน
in
ดี
a row at the finish line that Talon have lost. And Sender with a second Omen ult to go and reinforce the opposite side. Both rounds
เสียง
massively
คุยกู
important
โขกกับ
that he
แม่
got that
ไอ้
one
พ
through.
อสม
Picks
มวย
up
เอ
Ban
ง
over towards A.
ยายต่อ
He's
ไป
still
ก็
winning
ไอ้
rounds
คิ
over
งมวย
towards
คุด
B.
มวยคิก
Three
มวย
more
คุม
kills
มวย
defending.
คุยม
Super
วย
similar to when he did this in the past as Talon had that
มาเป็นแก๊ง
scramble
เลยเหรอ
pivot.
เสียงคุยกูโคกเอ้ย
Do
อะไร
or
อ่ะ
die now for Talon. This is it. Do you survive in a tournament?
โอ้
Or is it all curtains for
โอ้
Vitality?
โหเสียง
They can taste it.
แม่
Victory.
ปวดคอร์สมวยโอ้โห
It's on the
โอ้
precipice.
โหแม่งแรงจัดอ่ะ
A lot of noise made here by Talon. Not much of a slow default
Makes
being
it
held.
tough,
They
doesn't
are heavily grouped up now. Almost like they're going for the one last hurrah here.
Yeah, not even any information on the other sides of the map apart from that trip, which admittedly has not been broken.
Talon มีอะไร
Frontier
เฉ
is
ลย
gonna
มีแต่
try to
คน
put
อ
some
วย
pressure on the Sender. Drag these players in the middle of the map over towards A so that they can make that B split easier.
Out through mid as well, safe. That's composure.
ไม่เขาก็
The
เชีย
steady
ร์
hand
ค
with the
รับ
Phantom in play. 2 bullets does the job and drops
คิด
Governor.
มากอะเราอะ
First kill here for Vitality. Might be at the beginning of the end here for
ไม่เห็นอวย
Talon.
ตรงไหนเลย
They're left wandering, man.
The recon as well. Finding Ban. Talon still committed to this B split.
Players to meet them.
Run has been good.
We've seen rounds like this, but this could be the tournament life of Talon just ending in the blink of an
Ah,
eye.
man,
It comes down to
contact,
this
come
fight
out.
here. Contact to be caught by Safe. Out through market. Maybe even expected he could have chopped it up already. Horn up and over. Stun. Lay it down. All intended just to slow this one to a crawl. Kicks already with a no command. It's waiting out. It's emanating. Nobody to deal with a dart. And only 2 left to stand. Ban holds strong.
Bang lên đi,
But
Jing
only
ạ.
for a moment before the nade removes him. And Chip Boys has to do the ultimate.
หายสองเลย
เฮ้ยจิตเมียน
It's
ตี
all
นะ
in his hands. It's all in his
Yeah, but he-
shoulders. And he is no long for this
จิต
world.
เมียนตีอะ
A 13-8
ดีๆฮะ
to finish this map. Vitality survive.
สู้ไม่ได้ฮะ
Survive being an important word there.
ไปเว้ย
เล่นดีอะ
For Safe,
เก็บที
he lost 0 and 2 in groups
Bye-bye,
last
Dave.
year with Team
Hey.
Liquid.
เล่นดีมาก
สู้ไม่ไหวว่าพิมมี่โอ้ยเยี่ยพิมมี่ท็อปแฟกนะ
Facing elimination here today, they've sent
Game.
Talon home in their
ก่อนจากกันนะครับก็ใครที่ชอบคลิปนะ ฝากกดไลค์นะครับกด Subscribe นะครับผมก็จะได้เป็นกำลังใจในการทำคลิปต่อๆไปนะครับขอบคุณมากครับ